Howdy, y'all gamers. Howdy. How's it going? Hi. Hello, Asho. Hello, everybody. Today could be a big day. We can finish the main story tonight. I don't have much to yap about today, so we'll get started pretty quickly because I need to be up at 5 a.m. tomorrow. So I like to get to a good stopping point, ideally the end of the case. Who knows? But yeah, I don't want to stream too late because I don't want to be exhausted tomorrow morning. So I don't have much to talk about today, so we could just go right into the game. But I am like, am I gonna steal this joke? It's okay. No, it's a good one. And by it, let's just say, I think about that tweet all the time. It's just so good. It's just so good. Truly belongs in the Twitter Hall of Fame. In the corded house. Straight up defending it. I say my peanuts hourly. I feel that. It's just so good. I can't explain it. Something about it is just so funny. I think the funniest part to me is the original poster that at the time had a Hajime Hinata PFP, which for some reason makes it even funnier to me. Like, anyways. Hello, brother. If not tonight, if we don't finish this case tonight, then we absolutely will tomorrow. But I hope we can get through it tonight and then have 2 streams, ideally, for the bonus case. And then we get into some... Hajime would never... He's such a square. He would. Yeah, or he wouldn't. Yeah, that's what I meant. Hajime is truly the guy ever. Is it weird? Like, Apollo and Hajime kind of have the same sort of energy, if that makes sense. You know, like the guys who are just kind of there, the ones that just are just snarky all the time, in contrast to the rest of the cast that's like all over the top. I kind of love that for them. And they both have hair horns. But anyways, should we get into it? Or do we want to jam to this music? I wish this song was on Spotify from the one of the Endwalker crafting society quests. I've been doing a lot of those lately. I've been really working on my Endwalker society quests because I maxed out my Shadowbringers ones. So we're almost done. We're almost caught up with a few more weeks and we'll be done with all the non-Dawn Trail ones. And next week we'll go to Dawn Trail. I don't know if they have Dawn Trail society quests available yet. I don't know what kinds of post-expansion content is available aside from the first tier of raids and a couple extreme trials, but eventually we'll get there. I wish this song was on Spotify though. I can't find it on Spotify, so thanks YouTube. Anyways, let's get gaming. We're just jumping right in because we got a lot to do today. Anyways, so we're going to court. The last trial session of the game, minus the bonus case. Yeah. Defending Mr. Dirk. Yesterday was quite a doozy. We got a lot of bombshells dropped on us and, trying to make sense of it all. Alrighty. Anyways. Alright, trial time. Inga is dead, and Dirk is the suspect. Dirk apparently, we've got some proof, not proof, some reports, somehow. Queen Amara's alive. She was never assassinated. She may be Nina. I'm still convinced Nina is either Queen Amara or the mysterious baby in the picture. I want to know who this baby is. Because 23 years ago, I don't know who that is, because Nayata would have been like 2 years old at the time, and this looks a little too young to be him. Did they say, and Dirk said it's not Apollo, right? So is there a mysterious third child? I'm trying to look for somebody around that age. The only person who's nobody fits that except for question mark. Who is this question mark? Wait, also, she has gray eyebrows, and I'm looking at Nina again. The eye color is different. That's the one thing stopping me from going all in on the Amara theory, is that the eye color is different. But that could just be an artistic choice or whatever. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Contacts are a thing, or Maybe it's just, you know, maybe the art designers forgot what color her eyes were. I don't know. But she's got gray eyebrows as well. And the diamond shape on the forehead. She could be the baby, too. She could be the baby posing as an older person. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. Anyways. Oh, Dawn, hello! How are you doing? Thank you for being here. We're about to get into some wild stuff, wild endgame stuff here, so if we need to lurk for spoilers or anything, please do, but hello. Who is she channeling? And who is this? What if this is the baby? This man? What if the baby was Paul Addison? No, no. He would still be too old for that, right? No. And he's irrelevant now, right? No one gives a fuck about Paul Addison. You're doing well? Glad to hear that. I'm doing pretty well as well. Just trying to make sense of all the facts here, because so many things are happening. Yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. See what the hell is happening. May 19th, 2020. Oh, we got anime. This is a big one. Of course we got anime. Oh my god. Okay. Albie and Shadow did it. Oh no, are they puppets of Rifle? Although Shadow's too innocent to be one of Rifle's minions. So, who knows? 928. Rifle gave him $20. I could see Albie doing it for $20. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. It's complete chaos outside. Also, I'm having decaf coffee tonight because I want to trick my brain into thinking I'm alert, but I also don't want to be up too late. Ember, welcome. $20 is $20, indeed. Boy Genius wrote a whole song about it. Shadow will be working for Rifle the same way Pearls was working for Morgan. Okay, I can see that, yeah. An unwitting or unknowing pawn. Shadow's naivety being taken advantage of. It's complete chaos outside. Let's just say the Defiant Dragon supporters demonstrating for Dirk's freedom have taken a very special interest in the outcome of today's trial. You think? They look about ready to string us up if we lose. Trials here are pretty much like the ones back home, but with one major difference. The divination seance. The victim's final memories will become a matter for deliberation. I've heard about that, but they haven't stopped you from winning your cases here in Karine. True, but it was an easy hiccup. Still, the memories of the dead are simply another piece of evidence. There's always a way to deal with them if your client is truly innocent. Well, I know Dirk is innocent, but he has some big secret that he doesn't want the outcome known. Is the big secret that Job was actually the murderer? Or did he set it on fire and then die in the fire? What did he do? What did Father Dearest do? In court tomorrow, you may find yourself faced with a truth that is difficult to accept. I know that because I believe in you. You're my son, after all. Dirk, what is that secret you're keeping? Hey, AJ! Hello, buddy. Here you go, just like he actually kept it safe. Wow! Color me surprised. Only the Queen knows the founder's real name. Thanks, Dots. Wait, were you arrested by the police yesterday? Yep. And I spent the night in the slammer. I had a fine meal, a shower, even a bed. What more could I ask for? That actually sounds way better than where we're staying. Just remember, AJ, if Dirk's found guilty today, we'll all probably be found guilty under the Defense Culpability Act, too. Yeah, now you just said something to that effect. That witch Garen wants to take advantage of today to crush our revolution once and for all. The fate of the revolution and every Kuranese person rests on this trial. We're counting on you, AJ. We'll be fine. I'm gonna win this one. You'll see. The trial will begin shortly, Apollo. Let's make our way into the courtroom. Right. Oh boy. Nayuta, sweetie, we're gonna fix you. We're gonna fix you today. If this does turn out, I think it might have been you, Asho, that said that this feels similar to Morgan and Misty Faye between Queen Amara and Queen Garen. Amara being the one who disappeared all those years ago, and then the one that is making the power plays later in her absence. Like, oh man. And trying to think, like, yeah. Be saying shit including that, yeah, sounds about right. It makes sense. Let the trial of Dirk Saadmati begin. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Majesty. Registry. The prosecution is registry. So it's really come down to this. Don't expect me to hold anything back, Nayuta. This trial will examine both the murder of Justice Minister Inga Karkul-Kurain and the assassination of the former queen, Amara Sigatar Kurain. First, I believe we should address the murder of Minister Inga. Would that be acceptable, Prosecutor Saadmati? What if the queen... Nina. I think Nina could have done it! And what if Nina is one of the two... Prosecutor Saadmati? You're having a rough time, buddy. Yes, of course. Please proceed. What's with him? How very unlike you, Prosecutor. Is your mind elsewhere this day? Not at all, Your Majesty. Are you really gonna be able to go through with this, Nayuta? I'm worried, buddy. Well, Prosecutor Saadmati, I would be remiss if I failed to voice a concern of mine. I've heard mention that you are son to the accused, Dirk Saadmati. You have heard true. Does that fact pose some sort of a problem, Your Majesty? A father being prosecuted by his own son? Could one possibly deliberate such a case without having personal feelings intervene? Yes, without question.
Objection!
Hello, Dirk. You got that very bold objection. You're a lawyer, buddy. For real. Dirk? Fellow citizens, you would do well not to underestimate my son. He's not one to allow personal feelings to interfere with the execution of his duty. Isn't that right, Nayuta? Aww. I will not stop until my work here is done. See? So all you doubters just sit back down before you trip over your own stupidity. What a Chad. Hyping up his own son who is prosecuting him for murder. What a guy. The accused will not take the stand without first being summoned. In any case, if Prosecutor Saadmati has no issue with this arrangement. Yeah, pop off, bestie. Then let us commence the deliberations.
Objection!
Is that the queen? Okay. One moment, if you would. Your Reminence? Reminence? What brings you here? Oh, brother. What, you need an assistant? Your Majesty. It would appear that Prosecutor Saadmati does indeed have some reservations. Are you gonna prosecute? That's not true. Did you truly believe you could deceive me, Nayuta Saadmati? One should hold no reservations if one's to stand on these hallowed funerary grounds. I have none, Yura. No, it is clear we cannot leave this matter to you. We shall handle the prosecution of enemy of the crown, Dirk Saadmati, personally. Why do you refer to yourself with the royal we? I'm a little sus of that. Is there another person also pulling the strings? Is the we... When you say we, are you referring to the baby? Is it you and the baby? What's going on? But remain by our side and bear witness to how a true prosecutor enforces the— Were you a prosecutor? Huh? Is the queen going to prosecute the case? That can't be fair. Is that, you know, kosher? There is no need for concern. Before we were crowned queen, we served as a prosecutor. Really? As a foreigner, your ignorance can be excused, but know this. The prosecutor in charge of the Queen Amara assassination case 23 years ago was none other than Her Eminence, Queen Garen Sigatar Kurine. First, your majesty, know this. Why doesn't anyone ever tell me these things? I heard she served as the Minister of Justice, but she was also a prosecutor. I'm guessing she probably moved up the ladder from prosecutor to justice minister. We prosecuted that case 23 years ago, but no verdict was ever rendered. We had won guilty verdicts in every case until then, for no lawyer could stand up to us. Ah, I am at a loss for words. To think I would once more bear witness to Her Eminence at work in the Hall of Justice. Our first trial in 23 years. No quarter shall be given to criminals. We shall prosecute them with all our might. Oh, boob shot. Whoa! Hello? Okay. You look like a JoJo's villain. Attire from her prosecutor days. I mean, if she's a prosecutor, she's a theater kid, so... What the? That's Queen Garen? Talk about an extreme makeover. Oh my god. The whole paddle? It's all coming back now. The feel of my blood pumping through my veins. Woe to you, O enemies of Kurine, for I shall personally slice, dice, and grind you up into hog feet. I don't suppose I can ask her to roll back her polite pre-makeover personality. Who do you think is the evil villain of Kurine? Good question. Yeah, why she got that paddle, yeah. You know, I'm so... I feel... The first thing that came to my mind when I saw that paddle was the Trump Tower Yowie paddle meme. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Anytime it like, yeah, you don't know. I feel like, yeah, I'm sorry. Seeing the paddle made me think of that. I'm sorry. Okay. Man. But, hold on. Never mind. I'm not, yeah. Anyways. Brother. Hi. Yes? You think I got through this game fast? Ooh. I don't know, I think taking a week off made me feel like it took longer, but I do feel like I kind of zoomed through these last couple cases. Now that I stand as prosecutor, consider your defense's bench a headsman's scaffold. If you wish to leave any last words, I advise you to start thinking of them now. I'm kind of getting Von Karma vibes. While you still have a head with which to think, that is. You know, the perfect prosecutor that's out for blood. Meep! Not the fucking meep. Okay. Now it is time for the divination seance. Rafa, come forth. Rafa, my sweetie. You don't have to do this, bestie. You don't have to do this. Oh, benevolence, thank you for gracing us with your presence. Yeah, the autism creature noise. And at the end of the trial, we hear a good old yippee! Yippee! Your benevolence, I understand it may be difficult for you, but may we proceed with the divination seance?
Yes, let us proceed.
Aww, I'll give you a good home, yeah. Can we adopt her? Forgive me for asking, but are you feeling physically unwell? If so, I would advise you to avoid any undue exertion. Your benevolence? What's wrong? It's like her mind's anywhere but here. Lots happened since yesterday. On top of the murder of her beloved father, she found out that he'd been planning a coup. And today she'll have to experience his death through his own eyes. Yeah, that'd be enough to shake anyone up. Still, seems like she's worse off today than she was yesterday. What did the queen do to her yesterday? Didn't she say like you've been poisoned by the lawyer or something like that? What did Garen tell her? What did she do yesterday? Yeah, I don't remember her being this depressed. We must speak with our child. It is a mother's duty to discipline her child, after all. Now, if you would excuse us. No, yeah, I don't like the sound of this. What did they do to her? Karen didn't do something to her, did she? Your Eminence, about today's divination seance. As I understand it, the prosecution has yet to review its content. Is this deviation from a protocol a part of your plan? Prosecutor Sadmati, would you care to explain your actions? Your Eminence, the accused was caught at the scene of the crime. Therefore, I deemed no seance would be necessary for such a clear-cut case. Would it implicate you, Garen? Is that why you don't want it? What is this? You and your bleeding heart. You seek to spare Rafa the trauma of witnessing her father's death. Is that why you have done this? Not at all.
You were concerned for me, Prosecutor Sadmati?
That's oddly compassionate of him, all things considered. Your Eminence, your Majesty, regardless of what is best for her benevolence, this case is blessed with a bounty of incontrovertible evidence. So I believed we could reach a swift verdict without devoting precious time to a seance. You have a point. Personally, I would like to spare her benevolence any undue misery. Experiencing the murder of a loved one is a burden no one should have to bear.
Prosecutor Sadmati, your Majesty, can this trial truly proceed without a divination seance?
I can't blame her for not wanting to experience her father's murder firsthand. Your Eminence, what are your feelings on the matter? Shall we have her benevolence return home for some much-needed rest? Do you care about your own child? We shall not. You fools spoil her with your feckless words of compassion, all right? First $5 of the day, pay up, Franzi. Girlie, we need to get you some better parents. Listen well, Arefa. You have spoken time and again about how grown-up you are now.
Yes, but...
So, let us see if the royal priestess has truly come into her own. Are you prepared to fulfill your duty and perform the divination seance as you should?
Yes.
That's better. See? Problem solved. Poor Rafa. Is this really a good idea? I guess we'll see.
Very well. Let us begin the divination seance. Nina, my robe. Oh.
Looks like Nina's still missing. It's been a whole day already.
Barbed head. You removed my robe.
Aww. Why me? She trusts you now. Don't keep her benevolence waiting now, Mr. Wright. Can't you see she's ready to begin? That's your daughter now. You have no choice in the matter. I've been reduced to royal robe remover. It's like she's grooming Mr. Wright to be Nina's replacement. Well, he's gonna be her dad, so... Aw. Phoenix is gaining 2 kids on this trip here. Albie and Rafa. No benevolence, let's do this. I'm very worried. Come, Rafa. You know what must be done. There is no turning back now.
I know.
Final memories of the deceased. This should be interesting. The adoption traumatized children distribution strikes again.
Holy Mother, we hold this divination seance in your name. Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped. O dance of devotion, Guide the victim's soul to me, so that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
All right, sweetie. Go do it. Think of it, it's a performance, you know?
You could be a dancer. You want to take some dance lessons? You can do it, sweetie. I'm very worried if... I'm very worried! How is Garen gonna respond to, like... If Rafa, like, misinterprets events again, and, like, we can find contradictions in the insights, what is Garen gonna do? I'm very worried. Tater Thought, welcome! How are you doing?
You're so talented.
We're gonna get you out of here, sweetie. Eating ice cream? You made in class? Ooh, that's exciting. Is it good? But yeah, we're on the last case of this game, the last case of the main story of this game. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, nothing? No.
Oh, no, sweetie.
Oh. Your benevolence? What's wrong? This is girl, your daughter just passed out. Have some concern for her. It's basic French vanilla ice cream. They added chocolate chip cookies into it. Ooh, that sounds really good. Nice. Bailiff, take up benevolence to the first aid station at once. We had the base in class and you turned it today. That's so cool. This is not good. Is Garen gonna do the seance? Her Eminence? Do you have any idea why her benevolence collapsed? She's probably having a panic attack from the thought of both seeing her dad's dying moments and whatever you did to her yesterday. It seemed she was not ready for what the deceased was to reveal. It overwhelmed her. Her inexperience and immaturity left her ill-prepared to face her father's death. I'm sure anybody would be ill-prepared for that. And she said she could go through with it. How very disappointing. Girl, shut the fuck up. I know someone who's not winning Mother of the Year, ever. I mean, of course Rafa's gonna be overwhelmed. She's still just a child. It seems we have no choice but to move on to witness testimony, Your Majesty. Oh, yes. Let us proceed. Bailiff, summon the first witness if you would. Emma? Oh no. Who in the heck? Oh, it's him. We've never seen his shoes, have we? Is this not the accused? It is indeed. I thought I would give him the opportunity to plead his case. For true justice is more than a unilateral presentation of the facts by the prosecution. That seems uncharacteristically fair of her. However, should the accused fail to produce convincing testimony, he, along with his cabal of traitorous lawyers, shall immediately be found guilty, and their heads will roll from their shoulders. Jesus! I should have known there was a catch. Your court, your rules, same as it always was, I see, Garen. Do you just have a grudge against him personally because he Did he win against you in the past? Maybe. Although, did she say she had a perfect win record? I don't know. I don't even know. Now then, Mr. Turksod Mahdi, you could enlighten us as to what happened? Well, I would, if I could. Alrighty. I was struck by a sudden dizziness the moment I entered the tomb. The next thing I knew, I was standing there with a bloody knife in my hand, and lying right in front of me was Inga, dead as a doornail. I have no recollection of what happened in the interim, but I didn't kill him. At least, I don't think I did. They go against everything I believe in. Now I'm wondering, what if Garen didn't want the divination seance to happen because it would implicate her in some way? Now I'm trying to think if it's something similar to, not similar to, could it be not just, I mean, obviously she's like stressed out and overwhelmed, but I'm wondering if like Garen somehow manipulated it into not being doable or something. I don't know. That didn't explain squat. For the record, let it be known that the accused's fingerprints were all over the murder weapon. And since he was caught in the act, there was no chance for a third party to tamper with it. Well, that certainly seems to point the finger at you, Mr. Sadmati. Thank you for saying point the finger instead of just finger. Even as a lawyer, I have to agree with you there, Your Majesty. How can he be like this? Seriously, Dirk? This is no laughing matter. This is exactly what Garen wanted. To have Dirk try to plead his case only to fail miserably. How low can she go? Prosecutor, behold this most unpleasant of spectacles and let it be etched into your soul. See how instead of accepting the inevitable, those fish-brain lawyers flounder and flop themselves straight into the abyss of despair. Yes, Your Eminence. Show me the... No, buddy, no, buddy. We can fix you. The defense please begin their cross-examination? I'm surprised she's not trying to stop the cross-examination, huh? Alright.
Hold it!
You were struck by a sudden dizziness. Was it because of his illness? Is that something that has ever happened to you before? Can't say that it has. Maybe age is catching up with me. I'm no spring chicken after all. That's not the issue here. A most cunning excuse, one befitting an insidious insurgent. Oh? A killer who does not recall his crime. How very convenient. Next, I imagine you will plead insanity. You aim to seek a lesser sentence through excuses and subterfuge, do you not?
Objection!
Don't make me laugh, your malevolent! Ha ha! Got her. How dare you? I'm merely stating my innocence. I've no intention of offering excuses. It's your baseless speculation I would decry as foolish. Oh! I'll let it pass. You deceitful witch. Oh! Is it your wish that I should claim your head right now in this very hall? The people will come for your heads next. There's a whole riot outside, bestie. Well, that would certainly speed things along.
Hold it!
Dirk, why don't you let me handle it from here? And if there's anything you need to say, you can say it through me, okay? Anything to stop you from needling the queen. Next time you have an objection, you'd better have some proof to go with it, Dirk. The accused will continue with what he does recall of the crime.
Hold it!
Do you recall anyone putting the knife in your hand, Dirk? Wish I could say I did, but I don't remember a thing before I came to. You think there might have been a third party in the tomb, son? Yeah, because if you didn't do it, then the real killer must have been there with you.
Objection!
You called, Your Eminence? Does she go anywhere without those goons? Was there a third party in the tomb when you were searching it? No, Your Eminence. I searched high and low, but found nothing of the sort. And there you have it. All right. They did search the place. Furthermore, my guards had the entire tomb surrounded, so there was no way for anyone to escape. That's right, no one got in or out without our knowledge. Prominence's on-site directives were absolutely flawless.
Urdi Harakara!
Ugh. Do you see now? The presence of a third party is beyond the realm of possibility. The tomb was, for all intents and purposes, completely sealed off from the rest of the world. His hair is at an angle, it's uneven. That's stressing me out. Thanks for nothing, gallery guys, if our grays weren't already deep enough. Accused, what do you believe about the possible presence of a third party? Well, based on the situation you presented, I'd say the chances are slim to none. You didn't have to agree with her, Dirk. Let the accused's statement be added to his testimony. Very well. Mr. Sadmati, if you would. It's like the more we press, the thinner our case gets. Let's keep pressing, all right. I'm guessing it's... We don't have... This blood does not belong to the victim. Well, I want to keep pressing, but...
Hold it!
We can't prove you innocent without at least the possibility that a third party was there. Find the possibility of the impossible, son. That's just what a lawyer's got to do sometimes. Isn't that right? Right? Who, me? Yeah, you could say that. I've seen more than my fair share of trials like that. And start with no viable evidence, useful testimony, or any hope of winning. But through cold sweat, desperation, and a little luck, I always manage to pull them off. Right? I can see we are kindred spirits, you and I. Ha ha ha! Geez, taking cases like that must shave years off your life. If that were true, I'd be long dead. Yeah, you should be dead several times by now, Phoenix. Find the possible in the impossible. Can I prove it was at least possible there was a third party there? I'm guessing it might be the blood, because we know it's not the victim's. And I'm guessing there's no wounds on Dirk, so we don't know whose blood that is.
Hold it!
You stated that he was as dead as a doornail. How can you be so sure? It's pretty easy to spot the difference between a soulless man and the soulless shell of a man. His complexion and the amount of blood at the scene made it obvious which it was. Watch your words, or you shall join Minister Ingham much sooner than expected. You can bow your head before him and seek his forgiveness there in the Twilight Realm. If you still have a head to bow, that is. You bloodthirsty spider. What happened to you? There was still a little love in your heart 23 years ago. You even used to think of me as a brother. It seems you truly do have a death wish. Keep taunting her, please. Is that really all you've got? Dirk, I'm begging you, enough of the lip. Just deliver your testimony, please. All right, I'll try, but I can't promise anything.
Hold it!
A day's passed since the murder. Have you remembered anything in that time? My memory is a complete blank. It's as if that part of my brain has been scooped right out. How very convenient. But even if you've no memory of the event, your guilt is without question. There is nothing more to debate. Not forgetting one thing, Garen. I have no motive. You lead a band of insurgents that seeks to overthrow the government. I would say that alone is motive enough to slay our kingdom's Minister of Justice. I've declared countless times that I lead a bloodless revolution. I forbid violence and murder, even if some younger members may have a thirst for blood. A bloodless revolution? You wouldn't really have a motive in that case. Is that an important state? Let's say it is. But I think the third party is going to be more important. A bloodless revolution. Could you be more specific? I'm talking about dragging this pompous prosecutor here off her bloody throne. So go ahead, Gary, and act all high and mighty now, because it's the last chance you'll get. You still speak of rebellion. Despite the charges against you, you truly are a fool. $10. I will prove your guilt soon enough and display your head for all of Kurine to see. People will forever speak of you, not as a revolutionary, but as the terrorist you are. Or mistaken, your maleficence. I wanted to keep changing up the words. It'll be you the people will speak of, as the tyrant who was overthrown by her own people. I wonder if he would still be spewing such nonsense before the headsman's axe. Oh, he absolutely would. I'm afraid I'll still be like this in the afterlife, despot. I know that self-restraint is as foreign as apple pie to Dirk, but I'd really rather go home than to the Twilight Realm after this. Is the Twilight Realm like the Twilight Zone? Sorry, that just occurred to me.
Hold it!
Alright. Can you state that you didn't kill him more definitively? How can I, when I have no memory of what happened? Well, can you at least state whether or not you are a murderer? That I can do. I'm not a murderer. And I would never kill anyone, no matter the circumstances.
Objection!
It's actually their hell, right, yeah. And do you have any evidence to support your claim that you did not kill the minister? Evidence? No, can't say I do. In that case, you will strike the statement, I didn't kill him, from your testimony. What? You can't just discard testimony like that. I mean, I'm the one cross-examining the defendant and all. Hold your prattling tongue, foreign devil. I am the queen of this kingdom. Okay. Very forceful, Slam. Why do you have a book? Well, that's the law book. And the queen is the law. As such, I need not follow the laws that are in place. I can make and break them at will. Yay! Definitely signs of a functioning and healthy government that is for the people. Henceforth, the accused will refrain from stating I didn't kill him. Oh my god. So you can bend the law to be whatever you want. Great. Sure, whatever. It's the Garen show, after all. Same as always. Oh my god, that actually is different.
Hold it!
Dirk, leave the evidence finding to me. Now please, will you stop agreeing with everything the prosecution says? Alright, I'll stick to the facts from now on. But remember, son, if you truly believe in me, you should be able to prove my innocence. I know you can do it. He believes I'll prove him innocent, even with all these inconvenient truths? Is that what he's saying? I think Dirk might be onto something. Even the most disadvantageous facts may point the way to the truth. So don't ignore them. Think of them as food for thought. Don't worry, I know. The worst of times when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. I need to remember that, no matter how difficult. Yeah, come on, do a nice hearty laugh like Pops over there. If only we could establish the possibility of a third party. Alrighty. I'm thinking it might be the blood tracks. I'm gonna go with this.
Objection!
Yeah. Oh my god, Sari caught something! Good, Sari, thank you. Your Eminence, I'm afraid this trial will not go exactly as you anticipated, because I can show how there might have been a third party in the tomb. Oh, how very fascinating. Go on, I do so love a good fairy tale. We did a luminol test at the crime scene, and we found a bloodstain that didn't match the Justice Minister's blood. I will remind you that neither Dirk nor Miss Faye were injured during the incident. Thing is, this bloodstain we found had been wiped up by someone. What's this? But who would have done such a thing? That's the big question, is it? Who wiped up the blood and why? Thinking about it logically, must be someone who wanted to conceal their presence at the scene of the crime. Oh, and to whom do you suppose the bloodstain might belong? Probably the real killer. Yes, Sari did your job. Thank you, Sari. The bloodstain belongs to the real killer, of course. Whoever it was, they were probably shot while they were attacking Minister Inga. I don't know why, I swear, in like the past month or so, so many more bots have been showing up. It's very frustrating. And since their blood would give them away, they had to wipe it up. I say this because we know for a fact that the Justice Minister fired his gun.
Objection!
You have the memory of a flea. There was nowhere for anyone to hide. This too is a known fact.
Objection!
What about the coffin? But a bloodstain from a third party means there must have been someone hiding. Didn't the blood trail go up to the coffin? Yeah, they went in the coffin, maybe. Very well then, tell me this. Where was this third party hiding? They specifically didn't let us open the coffin. The crime scene was thoroughly searched after it was discovered. So if there was a hiding place, it would have to be somewhere no one would dare look. Somewhere no one would dare look. Let's have your answer, defense. Right where my pointer starts. There's one place no one was searched, not even the Queen's Royal Guard. And that would be... inside Queen Amara's sarcophagus. Even now, it's locked up tight. No one would find you if you hid in there. I'm told that it's temperature controlled to preserve the mummy within. But if someone dressed warmly enough, they could withstand the cold for a short time. This is sacrilege! Surely the perpetrator of such a foul deed would be cursed! But that's just it. There's no body. The killer knew everyone would be too scared to open the sarcophagus. True, the guards were so scared of being cursed they wouldn't even touch it. And when the coast was clear, the killer made a quick escape from within their frigid confines. Well now, that does sound like a plausible method of evading capture. The defense requests a DNA test on the bloodstain. And then we'll just see who...
Insolence!
Okay. Bow your head and kneel, lawyer. So your head may be parted from your shoulders. Huh? But the trial's not even over. Whoa! How soon you forget you are already on the headsman's scaffold. As such, I could order your beheading at any moment. All I did was request a DNA test. There's no need to request such a test. What are you hiding, bestie? Stop bending the law. Also, hi, expert. How's it going? How's it going? We've just started, so yeah, we haven't gotten too far into this. Royal Guard, bring it forth now. You are, Your Eminence. The police have already identified the source of the bloodstain. The DNA test revealed that the blood is of the traitor, Dirk Sadamati. What? How do we know you're not fabricating evidence? Let's just say. But Dirk wasn't injured, so where does blood come from? Maybe he coughed it up. Oh, fuck. That's a lot of blood. Could he have really coughed up that much? Did he wipe it up to hide his failing health? Dirk, is it really that bad? Ah, shoot, you got me. Oh, brother. Pay attention, horned devil, for this case has already been solved. You claimed that this bloodstain would lead us to the real killer, did you not? About that. Did you or did you not make that claim of your own volition, defense? Yes, I did. After she steered you in that direction, that is. Fell right into her trap. Do you see now the folly in opposing the very embodiment of the law? Whatever you say or do shall come to no avail. A third party at the scene of the crime. It's beyond the realm of possibility. Praise be for Queen Gavin! Our best single tactics will be unprepared! I hate to say this, but she really got us good. The key to Amar's sarcophagus is under the protection of the royal family. My husband and I are the only ones who could open it. Therefore, it would be impossible for some knave to open it. I don't think we can. What if Inga tried to hide in there? What if the real killer is still in there? Oh, that's just ridiculous. I believe we had rebels and sympathizers in the gallery today. It is to you I speak. Have you been listening? Dirk Sadmati, the one who proclaimed a bloodless revolt, has betrayed your cause by resorting to murder.
No, it can't be! Dirk would never! Must be some kind of mistake.
Hi, Wasted. How's it going? We're not winning so far. Things are looking very grim, but we'll turn them about like we always do. The Defiant Dragons and their sympathizers are starting to have doubts. So this is why Garen allowed us to cross-examine Dirk. By establishing his guilt in Inga's murder, she's effectively damaged his reputation among those who support him. True, but now we have an even bigger problem. And now, filthy lawyers, you will honor your end of the bargain. Accept your guilty verdict for your failure to explain your client's actions. Investigation schemes? It'll be this year. I'm sure. I plan on playing Investigations right after the Persona 3 DLC. The Answer episode, I guess, comes out September 10th. I'm estimating it'll take like a week and a half at most to play that. And then after that, we'll play Investigations. Hopefully we can be done reasonably close to the release date of Metaphor, because I want to play Metaphor soon upon release as well. Jesus. Now I shall pass judgment upon the criminal Dirk You're not the judge, bestie. What's this? You shall pass judgment? She even got the close-up like the judge's gavel with that book. But Your Eminence, is that not my role? Hold your tongue. You are but a figurehead before me, the embodiment of law. Consider yourself dismissed. As Queen of Karine, I shall now pass judgment upon the accused. Nah, you can't do that. Bestie, you can't do that. You can't do that! You can't just do that! That's not a fair trial. Nayuta, say something! Nayuta!
Objection!
Alright, well. Wait! You didn't even give me a chance to rebut. No, and you are defeated, lawyer. But just this once, I am willing to show you the depths of my compassion. Tell me why I should allow these proceedings to continue. Come, convince me. Quick, Apollo, even if you have to bluff, we gotta keep this trial going. Sure that the crime could have been committed by a third party. How am I supposed to do that? Oh, why don't you start with, how about the timing of Inga's murder? His whole case is built on a single premise, that Inga was murdered after Dirk entered the tomb. But what if that's not true? That's what I was thinking. Maybe he had been dead for a while. I remember thinking that yesterday. Maybe he had already been dead when Dirk went in there. Like if our assumptions are wrong, it just might work. Well, don't keep us waiting, defense. Dirk became the prime suspect because it didn't seem probable that there was a third party at the scene of the crime. But there is another question we should ask ourselves at this time. Was Minister Inga really killed after Dirk entered the tomb? What nonsense is this? Setting aside the assumption that the murder occurred after Dirk arrived on the scene, opens up the possibility of a third party committing the crime. Who's come before? I swear we had something suggested in it. Albie? No, that's the hat. Somebody said that he like went in there earlier, I swear. Isn't it possible that before Dirk even set foot in the tomb, Minister Inga was already dead? That would certainly make the possibility of a third party more probable. Why, of course. I fell unconscious right after I entered the tomb. Even if I hadn't, I wouldn't have had a clear line of sight. I wouldn't have had a clear line of sight to his body from the entrance, which means you wouldn't have noticed his body either way. This scenario is entirely possible. Hiccup. And so we can't rule out the possibility of a third person committing the crime. I see. Well, that certainly does make sense. What if she was channeling somebody to then commit the murder as them? Very well. I shall play along with whatever little game you have knocking around in that tiny mind. I was starting to get quite bored of all this. I could do with a distraction. Yes! Let us hear some testimony that will shed light on when exactly the minister was slain. Good God! Bailiff, summon Rafa. Surely she has recovered by now. But what about me? Don't I serve a purpose anymore? Hi, sweetie. I hope you're feeling better, Your Benevolence.
Must I perform the divination seance?
What? Oh, no. We merely require your testimony at this time.
How can my testimony be of any value?
Your Benevolence? Princess Rafa seems awfully depressed. After what she's been through, summoning her again is like rubbing salt in the wound. Being unable to perform the seance is probably the last straw. I hope she doesn't pass out again.
Prosecutor Sadamati, may I ask you something?
Of course, Your Benevolence.
I've been meaning to ask you this since yesterday. Did you know about Queen Amara? And about me?
But where did you hear such a thing?
From Mother, and only yesterday.
Rafa was carrying on about telling the truth to the people. So I told her what the truth really was. For it is up to a mother to discipline her child. I see. Be that as it may, Your Benevolence, it has no bearing upon our trial here today. So there is no need to let it trouble you.
I know.
Garen told Rafa about something other than Amara's status. Did you know about Queen Amara and me? About me. And about me. What about her? What about her and you? Could this picture be more recent than 23 years ago? Could that be baby Rafa? Is Rafa her true mother? Or no, not Rafa. Is Amara her true mother? Rafa, the defense has proposed something preposterous. Are Dirk and, Amara actually Rafa's parents? They somehow think your father was already dead when Dirk entered the tomb. Nayuta's the mom! But I believe you can prove them wrong. Are you prepared to do what is required of you? Don't smack that paddle like that. Please don't.
Yes, I am ready to testify.
Very well then, Your Benevolence. Your testimony, if you please.
On the day of the murder, I was gazing upon the courtyard from my second-floor veranda. Around 2:30 p.m., I saw my father heading for Amara's tomb. Then, at about 2:45, I saw Bart and company enter the courtyard. I saw no one go in or out of the tomb after my father entered at about 2:30.
Your second-floor veranda? She must be talking about that house facing its private residence. So that's the location from which you saw your father, at about 2:30?
Yes, and shortly after that, you people arrived at the royal residence.
So after the minister entered Amara's tomb at around 2:30? No one went in or out of there until the murder was discovered. What if somebody was already in there before him? The tomb was closed to outsiders, so no one could have snuck in before the murder. That rules out any possibility of a third party lying in wait to slay my poor husband. Or so she'd like us to believe. Now hear me, you useless lawyer. Cease this charade and bow before me. No, for I, Queen Garen, shall finally have your head. Forgive me, Your Eminence, but first let us allow the defense to question the witness. Okay. Actually, before we do that, I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back in just a moment. I've been drinking water, my throat's feeling a little dried out and everything. Wait, I can't run an ad right now. I don't know if an ad is about to start or what happened from recently. Yeah, I can't run an ad right now, I'm so sorry, but I'll be back very, very quickly, I promise. I also need more water.
Travel to the break and don't rounding out. I'm on a mission, routing out whatever it is I gotta do. Routing out until the day I meet you. I'm routing out. I look up in the skies, asking out a why, but never let it faze me. I'm keeping good vibes when I'm on the road. Watch out for all surprises. What it provides is good and bad, but nothing entices.
Another one day in the night, let me paint the view, colored down with my light. For every moment share with you, not in the day.
Aside for good luck, for the nights like this, put your hands up. Love the moment even from dusk, yo. You always got my back, and of course I got your back. Don't you worry about that now. It's been a good day, good night. It's gonna be a good day, good night. Nothing comes between us, dancing like ballerinas under the moonlight all night long. How these plain and simple scenes get painted so vividly by you. I just wanna stay with you.
And the world is only dance whenever our eyes meet. You know you leave me in a trance. It means everything to me looking down below.
Things that used to bother me, cause your existence just lights me up, yeah. You always got my back, and of course I got your back. Don't you worry about that now. It's been a good day, good night. It's gonna be a good day, good night.
Alright, I'm back. And I see an ad is running right now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But I'm back. Why couldn't I run an ad like 2 minutes earlier? Why does Twitch have to be like that? Anyways, let's do this. Yeah, hi back, I'm Dad.
Hold it!
You say you've been watching the courtyard until we arrive, correct? That seems like an awfully long time.
There's much that weighs on my mind.
I see. She really does sound troubled. I don't think she ever fully recovered from the previous trial.
Your benevolence. As Crown Princess, you are destined to rule this kingdom one day. That means there will be many things that you alone must determine. Things like how to keep your people happy, and what is true and what is false. And most importantly, what role you must play therein. I wonder if I'm even up to the task.
I guess it's not easy being a princess. Your benevolence? I'd be happy to lend an ear if you'd ever like to talk. Aww. Big bro Polly coming in again.
Huh. What would you know of my woes? Do not presume to exceed your station in life.
Sheesh. Teenagers. Benevolence, what did you witness from your veranda?
Well,
Around 2:30. Did your father seem different or troubled in any way?
let me think. Oh, there was one unusual thing. Yes, a shriek emanated from within my father's quarters, after which I witnessed him bolt outside, his countenance drained of its usual color.
He screamed and he was looking pale? What do you suppose happened?
I know not. Perhaps he had a bad dream.
Maybe it was a nightmare about being raked over the coals by the queen. It seems our young lawyer here wishes to hasten his journey to the Twilight Realm. Sorry, that was rude of me. Hey, you're making Dirk proud with that comment. Does the defense believe the witness's last statement to be important? I believe it is. I would like the witness to add it to her testimony. Weird thought. Inga was already dead. Weird thought. Inga was already dead at this point, and the queen was channeling him. And that was who she saw running into, running. And he was startled to, like, wake up there, maybe? Or be in... No, I don't know. Huh. I don't know. New possibility.
Hold it!
And why do you think he screamed? Was he surprised by someone who didn't belong there? Did anyone else come out?
I didn't see anyone else. Just my father.
Our last statement was seriously lacking in conviction. I'll press softly. I'll go easy on her. Your benevolence.
Yes?
This incident was a real shock to us all. It must have been really terrible for you. But I want to let you know I know how you feel.
Please stop. You presume too much.
It's times like these that you need something to take your mind off things. How about we all go on a picnic together or something? Yeah! Big bro time.
I need no sympathy from you. Go on your little picnic alone, horned head.
Oh, that didn't go well. Apollo? You have to take a more aggressive approach with people like her. Okay.
Now, back to my testimony.
Alright, I'm gonna go back and, I'm gonna press harder on that one, again. But I wanna see. Yeah, this is around 2 p.m. The police came. Alright. The third one is the one that I need to press again. But I wanna press the rest of these first.
Hold it!
2:45, yes. I believe that's around when we arrived. Mr. Wright, Athena, Dirk, and I were running toward the tomb.
Yes, I was taken aback, as we don't normally see commoners in the palace courtyard. Even more shocking was that Dirk, a wanted man, was with you.
Yeah, I suppose so.
I thought the villainous leader of Defiant Dragons was here with his minions. Because it was, you know, time for a revolution.
I think you've been watching too much of that TV show. I have already banned its broadcast for containing content unsuitable for our kingdom. Yay! Censorship! Fun! Besides, the actress playing Wraitha looked nothing like her. I can't have my subjects feeling so disappointed. Can we... Chat, can we just kill her?
Mother! Why are you so cruel to me? Are you so ashamed? Once I am all grown up, I shall be just as full-figured as that actress.
She's placing all her hopes on one final growth spurt. Oh, goddamn, that was uncalled for. For her sake, I hope it's in her DNA. I hope Trucy has one last growth spurt. Also, yeah, I want Trucy to be taller than Apollo. That's all I ask in life. I suppose you could always hope for a miracle. Please, can we kill her?
I'll show you. I shall double my milk intake and grow up big and strong.
And your more benevolence. I think you are fine just the way you are. Now, may I ask that you continue with your testimony? Girlie, we are gonna adopt you.
I wish I could grow up that.
No, does she ever really get to be a kid? I reject CatCon's reality and substitute it with my own. Yes, Trucy is 1 centimeter taller than Apollo.
Hold it!
Garen Hater Gang, yes! Is it possible you missed seeing someone pass through?
No, my veranda has a commanding view of the entire grounds, and I saw no one else.
That doesn't seem right somehow. Do not underestimate my daughter. She may be lacking elsewhere, but her eyes are the finest.
Lacking elsewhere?
Talk about a mother I never wish on my worst enemy. Good God, she's horrible. She needs Nina more than ever. You're her Nina. Come on, Phoenix, you are Nina now. Her father let out a scream and ran outside all pale-faced. That sounds pretty serious. What do you suppose happened in his private quarters?
Hold it!
Sorry. Your benevolence. Let's have some details. The more the better.
Details, you say?
Yes. For example, are you sure you didn't see anyone in the royal residence before 2:30? Well, is that a yes or a no?
Foreign devil! I've been gazing on the courtyard since about 2 yesterday. Yet I saw none other than my father.
You didn't see Shadow?
Oh, if only I had stopped him then.
Aw. I think you've struck a nerve, or rather obliterated one. Maybe I pressed a little too hard. Still, the last statement seemed a little off somehow. So you didn't see anyone except your father in the courtyard after 2 p.m., huh? Didn't she also say a comment about, like, this mutt knocking over the urn? Like, she should have seen Shadow and Albie, right?
Hold it!
Is the royal residence always so empty?
Naturally. It is where the royal family lives, and we are few in number. Besides Nina and the little birds who visit, I have no one else to talk to.
Aw. Is there anything more stereotypically princessy than talking to birds? So Nina wasn't around at all yesterday.
It seems she was quite busy. I was all alone the entire day. It's been like that a lot lately.
Raifa doesn't go to school, so she probably doesn't have any close friends. She must lead a rather solitary life. I guess being a princess isn't all it's cracked up to be. Mom probably doesn't let her make friends. Raifa, I shall buy you a new servant.
I don't want you to buy me a servant like some sort of pet. I want Nina.
Aww. Beginning to see why Raifa turned out like she did. Your benevolence, please tell us about what happened after you saw your father.
Well, it was around 2:30 when I saw him heading for the tomb.
Alrighty.
Objection!
Your benevolence? You're covering for someone, aren't you?
Huh? I don't know what you're talking about.
Sorry, Raifa, but you're not gonna like this. Well, the thing is, I have a statement here that you might find interesting. It's from a witness who claims that around 2 p.m. his dog got loose and ran into the palace courtyard. That's when the little fellow stole this hat from someone else.
Huh? That's Nina's.
Shadow is Nina.
I mean, nothing. Never mind.
You fool of a daughter. You know, we're doubling that one. $20 total. We're charging you $10 for that, fool, because you're saying it to your own child. Seems the princess made a blunder. So let me get this straight. This is Nina's hat, which means she had to have been in the royal residence at around 2. If so, then you had to have seen Nina sometime after 2 p.m. yesterday. Aww. Please, your benevolence, tell us what you really saw.
It is as you say, Hornhead. I saw Nina. And I saw that dingbat dog steal her hat from her in front of my father's residence.
I knew it. Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Because, my mother told me not to.
Would you care to explain, Your Eminence? I requested she withhold said information, for it is of no relevance to girl. Then what problem would you have with her saying it? If it's not relevant, then it shouldn't be a problem for her to say it, huh?
Objection!
You don't get
Such insolence!
If you disagree, then prove that it is relevant to the case at hand. Oh, I will. Your benevolence, please tell us everything you witnessed when you saw Nina.
All right. When I saw that dingbat dog attack Nina, I ran to help. I raced from my second floor veranda down into the courtyard.
Wait. That means that while you were coming down, you took your eye off the courtyard.
Yes, but only for a moment.
This is crucial testimony. If you took your eyes off the courtyard, it means somebody else could have entered the tomb without you ever knowing. Ooh, your benevolence? Are you sure no one else was there?
Oh, yes.
She's hiding something again. What about Nina? Were you able to help her?
When I got down to the courtyard, she was gone.
Gone?
Yes, and I never saw her again after that.
Any idea what happened?
That dingbat dog must have gobbled her up.
I seriously doubt that. But how can Nina simply disappear while Rafa wasn't looking? Rafa must know something. The only question is what? You know why? Why do you suppose Nina disappeared? Even an educated guess would help.
For example?
For example, maybe she got fed up with you acting— Oh! Polly! God damn, Polly!
That's enough! Such impudence! Nina would not leave me merely for acting spoiled.
You're not even gonna deny your behavior? Do you know where she went? Do you have any idea where Nina disappeared to?
Oh, what do you mean?
Well, during the time you took your eyes off the courtyard, someone could have headed into the tomb, and it just so happens that Nina disappeared right at that moment.
No!
Wait, you think Nina had something to do with the murder? I don't think we can rule it out. Sounds like something had kept Nina occupied since the early morning. Plus, she was seen right before the murder and then seemed to vanish into thin air. And since she's Rafa's attendant, she could come and go as she pleased within the palace grounds. Could Rafa's attendant really be the killer? What that would mean?
First my father, and now Nina? These were the people I trusted most. How could this be?
Objection!
Do not heed their lies. Lawyers are a foul breed, quick to claim that a third party is to blame for a crime. They got Nina 9 problems and Garen— I think Garen's the biggest problem here. Nina did not enter the tomb, that much is certain. How can you be sure? When Nina's hat was stolen, that crazed cur spilled an urn full of water upon my husband's doorstep. Is that not right, Rafa?
Yes, it is. While that dingbat dog was tugging on Nina's hat, it tipped over the urn.
The bottoms of her shoes would have been soaked with water. And if she had truly headed into the tomb with wet shoes, she would have left shoe prints along the way. But the only shoe prints to be found belonged to my husband, Inga. Well, we found muddy prints in the house. She could have taken off the shoes. Oh. Then... That's right. Nina never did go into the tomb that day. Instead, she entered my husband's private quarters. How do you know? It's quite simple. Shoe prints were discovered in Inga's private quarters. Shoe prints that belonged to Nina. That's right. Edgeworth and I did see some shoe prints there. Now do you understand? Nina could not possibly have gone into the tomb. And that supposed third party at the crime scene is but a figment of your imagination. But of the glorious deduction, all energy set to rapid as quick. Bow down for the her glory, wishless lawyer.
Urdi Hara Karan!
Those guys fanboy any harder. Was it really true? Did Nina not go into the tomb? Excuse me, but Mr. Wright? Your benevolence, what time was it when the dog attacked Nina?
I believe it was about 2:15 p.m.
I see. If Nina entered Inga's private quarters at around 2:15, and Inga came racing out around 2:30, pale-faced and screaming, then... Huh, that might explain his scream. Will the defense please share their theory regarding Justice Minister Inga's scream? Certainly, Your Majesty. Minister Inga screamed because... he saw a ghost. Let's be silly. He saw a ghost. Maybe he saw a ghost. Maybe even a bunch of ghosts, like from all the people he sentenced to death.
Ghosts? Really?
Sure. And they'll be back tonight, the spirits of the dead, unable to rest in peace. If you're not careful, Your Benevolence, they might curse you too. Polly, what the fuck are you doing?
Stop, please! I'll never be able to sleep again!
You seem awfully frightened for a princess who communes with spirits. Ghosts wouldn't be the weirdest thing in the world. True, for Ace Attorney. Also, hi, Minzo, how are you doing? Apollo, don't you think you've teased her enough? Come on. Let's think this over again. You're right. He had a bad dream.
He must have had a bad dream. What sort of a dream could cause my father to let out such a howl?
That was very big bro of him. Please, the family grows. You have another younger sister. He's bullying a recently orphaned child. Stop! When you put it that way, it sounds really bad. Maybe he dreamt of you becoming a juvenile delinquent.
What?
Dyeing your hair purple, chasing him around on a motorcycle, stuff like that. What the fuck?
Excuse me?
That would freak out any parent, that's for sure. Would it change anything we know about this case? Guess not. Are you picturing Trucy doing that? He is on a bullying spree. Maybe he was attacked by Nina. That would make the Justice Minister's private quarters the real scene of the crime. Does your idiocy know no bounds? The minister's body was found in the tomb. Or are you suggesting that the body was moved? How long did it take him to die? Trucy probably does do that. You know, she could probably do like flips on a motorcycle through a flaming hoop, so... yeah. Make sure. Blood loss? Huh. I don't know. Maybe he was stabbed, walked for a bit, and then collapsed. What if he was stabbed in his room, then ran, and then fell over and died in the thing? I don't know. Let's just say, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just say this. I don't know. I'd say there's no way the body was moved. After all, there was an awful lot of blood in the tomb. I understand the scream is in reaction to Naina's attack, but Inga died in the tomb. We need to explain how those two realities could coincide. How are we supposed to do that? Oh, maybe. Maybe where he was stabbed and where he died were two completely different locations. What do you mean? It's just, let's look at this as simply as possible. If the minister's body wasn't moved, he might have been stabbed by Naina in his private quarters, but then died in the tomb. I see. On the one hand, that seems plausible, but on the other, it seems decidedly implausible. Prosecutor Sakamari, what's that fool babbling on about now? $25. Is that a riddle from one of those fortune cookies Americans seem so fond of? Perhaps, but I believe he himself does not know what he means to say. In all likelihood, it was a poor attempt to confuse us. We should simply ignore
Objection!
it. I wasn't finished yet, so hold off on the analysis, would ya? The autopsy report never stated that the minister's death was instantaneous, so he could have conceivably moved from one place to another after being stabbed. Oh my, are you suggesting he ran all the way to the tomb with a knife sticking out of his back? Well, yes, that's the gist of it. In short, Minister Inga saw Naina with a knife, let out a scream, and when he turned his back to her to flee, right, and that's when he was stabbed from behind. Well, Your Majesty, does my theory hold water?
Insolence!
How dare you bore me like this? Huh? You are a humorless moron spewing an endless stream of unamusing drivel. I wasn't trying to be funny, Your Eminence. Prosecutor, enlighten this ignorant clown in lawyer's clothing. He is the entire circus. Your Eminence. Jesus! I just really put the top in autopsy report. Stop. Don't stop it! Perhaps you would be too stupid to notice you had been stabbed in the back, but a normal person would have noticed due to the excruciating pain. But now, hold on. You applied for the school newspaper because you needed a job and they just emailed you for an interview. Oh my god, good luck. I hope it goes well. I hope you get it. Naita has a point. Normally, most people would notice a dagger in their back. Ow! Yeah, I doubt someone could ignore pain like this. Still, in this case, it's the word normally we should emphasize. Apollo, take another look at the court record. Right. There must be something that explains this. Bro was taking like horse tranquilizers for his back. There's a reason Inga didn't feel any pain, and the defense will submit evidence proving just that. Very well, please present your evidence. This has got to be some very severe medication if you didn't feel a stab wound. Or maybe the stab wound, maybe it made the stab wound feel like normal back pain.
Those are my father's painkiller shots.
The defense will explain the significance of this evidence. Minister Inga suffered from terrible back pain, so he often injected himself with these. I need those, yeah. 28 stab wounds! No way! We're told that one shot in the back would make all his pain go away. With this, it's easy to explain what happened. Don't tell me you didn't know about these, Your Eminence. I want to see her crack. You can't mean. Minister Inga was stabbed in his back, close to where he usually injected the painkiller. Did somebody say back shots? Not back shots! Stop! It's entirely possible you hadn't noticed he'd been stabbed. What? What's this? She still hasn't cracked. Then, are you suggesting Justice Minister Inga really ran off with a knife protruding from his back? I am, Your Majesty.
So then, when I saw my father, he had a knife sticking out of him. I mean, with that cape of his, I couldn't see his back very well.
Yes, the knife was there. It was just plunged in so deep you didn't notice it under the cape. Therefore, when you saw your father, he was already dead. Murdered by Nina in his private quarters.
Hokoka!
Holy Mother of Kurine! Are we dealing with the living dead here? Well, technically he wasn't dead yet. I know it's hard to believe, but this is a plausible sequence of events hiccup. And once Minister Inga arrived at the tomb, he could have removed the knife and dropped dead from blood loss.
Nina killed my father? There must be some mistake.
The defense would like to call Nina to the stand. Where is she? You seek to drag an innocent old woman to the stand with no proof whatsoever. Well, there's no real proof, but... what a tangled web of expedient lies you weave.
I can no longer tell fact from fiction. Who or what shall I believe in now?
I'm sorry, Rafa. All I've done is confuse you. But I have a sneaking suspicion Nina is involved in this case one way or another. Just when I thought we'd blown this case wide open, oh, there's no turning back now. You fool of a lawyer, $25. I know why you are so desperate to prove the accused innocent. You do? Yes, because he faces public execution if proven guilty, as shall you under the stipulation of the Defense Culpability Act. From the moment you accepted this case, you have had no choice but to fight for your lives. No, the simple fact is, I've always believed that Dirk is innocent. Bah! Still you cling to your pretense? Very well, I shall offer you a bargain. If you would admit the accused is guilty right here, right now, I shall overlook your crime of vetting him, and you will not be subject to execution. Is this some sort of joke? Far from it. As queen, I have the power to grant pardons, even to criminals like you. And with the wave of my hand, I can even reduce the severity of a sentence. Perhaps even for Dirk, should you be willing to cooperate. She wasn't kidding when she said that she's the law here. But to flaunt that power in our faces like that? That's just wrong. Forget all that has transpired in our kingdom and return to your own country in peace. Well, will you abandon your defense of the accused and accept my generous offer? Don't take this deal will be executed along with Dirk if he's found guilty. We gotta keep going, surely. We have to keep going. Nice try, Garen, but it looks like you don't know what justice is made of. We won't kowtow to threats like that, Your Eminence. Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, but I can't back down now. I don't want to drag you into this, so don't worry. I'm with you, Apollo. To the bitter end, if need be. While I can't say I'm used to it, this isn't exactly my first rodeo. Everyone in this country considers lawyers to be liars. I can understand if you don't. Looks like Truzy's losing a father and a brother today. Stop! Stop! So, no, we're going home. All I have to do is keep believing and find the truth. That's all there is to it. And we're gonna make it out alive. So keep on fighting, Apollo. You'll hear no objections from me.
You're nincompoops! You'll die if you lose this case. Why would you even entertain the notion of continuing?
I believe that Dirk is innocent, that's why. And besides, trials exist to give the truth a chance to get out in the open. You can't give up just because you're afraid of some punishment.
Even if that punishment is death? Does that not frighten you, Hornhead?
Who wouldn't be scared? I mean, just thinking about it makes me weak in the knees, to be honest. But as a lawyer, I have a duty to protect my client. I can't just abandon that. Maybe this is the last day's attorney. Stop! No! Apollo can't die without knowing that Trucy is his sister. Come on.
A duty you're willing to die for?
Imagine they're the Phoenix and Apollo are on the gallows, or you know, they're at the guillotine about to have their heads chopped off, and Phoenix is like, oh, by the way, Lamarar is your mom, and she's also Trucy's mom. You and Trucy are siblings. Chop!
And yet,
Oh, what do we haven't gotten a new ace attorney? Stop! Don't say that out there! Stop! Also, hi, Hikaru. How are you doing? Hikaru, sorry if I mispronounced that, but how are you doing? Duty, it's a heavy burden, all right? Rachel looks like she's really struggling. Oh. It's okay, sweetie. It's been all right? Okay, good to hear it. Glad to hear that. It's okay, sweetie. We're gonna give you a normal life. We're adopting you. Get the adoption papers. Sorry, no worries, Reese's. It's all good. How are you doing? It's no surprise, considering the torrent of painful truths she's had to face. Very well then. The defense is prepared to face the death sentence under the Defense Culpability Act, and I see no reason not to continue with the proceedings. But I must admit, I see no grounds for doubting the accused's guilt. But Phoenix and Resident Evil! Gamescom wasn't good. Oh man, I'm sorry. I've not been following what's going on there. Unless the defense has further evidence that would indicate a different suspect. We have to have something, right? Well, lawyer, do you have any new evidence you would care to present? Or shall I have the executioner start his preparations? If she thinks I can't do this, she's got another thing coming. First, I have some serious thinking to do. A different suspect? Does that include, Nina? Are they talking about Nina here? You know, what if it's you? Think about this. What if you killed Nina and then channeled her? What if you learned Nina was a rebel, killed her, then channeled her, and you knew Nina wanted to kill Inga because of him, like, rebellion and no, I don't know. Just, I don't know! Also, hi, Tuba, how's it going? How are you? I'm trying to figure things out. Trev, hello, how are you doing? How's it going? Herb. What if I say it's Phoenix that did it? Look at these notes. Well, Nina's in there, but I don't know. What do we do? You know what? I mean, there's this too, but I don't know. And there's a fingerprint. We don't know whose apparently though. You know what? Screw it. Let's just say sure, and then we'll pull something out of our ass. Did I say that? Oh yeah, we did deal with backshots earlier, literally. You're okay? Glad to hear it. I'm doing pretty well. We're really getting into a juicy part of this case, and my brain's turning in circles. Let's say sure. Of course I have some new evidence. Why wouldn't I? Oh, yeah, turning into Santa Claus once again. Do you now? How very interesting. Why doesn't she sound the least bit concerned? I don't know. Too bad Edgeworth wasn't here for backshots. So true. So true. If it's not this, then...
Take that!
Yeah, I didn't think. What if you have to say we can't find it? You would claim this evidence proves the existence of a different suspect? That wasn't the reaction I was expecting. Your Eminence, are you saying this piece of evidence doesn't do anything for you? It would appear to me that you chose that evidence at random. I mean, in the vain hope you would learn something from my reaction. Is that not correct? Maybe? Your Majesty? For shame! Okay. Well, Shred does not exist. Such evidence does not exist. Therefore, it has to be Nina? Just as I thought. I was so hoping you'd present meaningless evidence and allow me to claim your head. If I didn't walk headfirst into that one, then, oopie. So what now, Apollo? Oh, unless we can prove that Nina killed Inga. This trial is over, and so are we. Isn't there still a way to get the proof we need? Even without evidence? You know, a key means of obtaining testimony. The channel, the seance. But she couldn't do it earlier. Won't be easy, but it's worth a try. Your Majesty? A crucial step in uncovering the truth behind this case is yet to be taken in this trial, but I'm positive I can back up our claim with this one step. You mean you'll be able to prove that Nina killed Justice Minister Inga? And just how do you propose to do that?
You need help from someone?
Well, I can't imagine who it could be. I suppose I must ask. Whose help? I mean, we need Nina herself! We need Trucy. Get Trucy out here. You can do it, sweetie. I believe in you. But that is... Don't follow whatever bullshit your mother told you. Just do it the way you always have, and, like, it's fine.
Me?
Here in Karine, legal proceedings include the viewing of the victim's final moments. Trucy would have already solved the case, right? That's why they had to leave her behind. She's too smart. That requires your benevolence's help. Such information is just as vital as any other piece of conclusive evidence. If you're right about this, Rafa's power should enable her to see the very moment Nina stabbed Inga. It'll be hard to watch your father's murder, but it's the only way to uncover the truth. Her benevolence, we need you and your power.
You need me?
Objection! Oh my god. Wretched simpleton, did you not see what ensued in the previous attempt? You would only succeed in wasting more time. Or is it your goal to make her collapse again?
Objection!
Nah, this isn't Persona 4, bestie. The princess said she was prepared earlier. Besides, it's her duty as royal priestess. I'd say it's all up to her now.
Am I prepared? Prepared to fulfill my duty?
Isn't a divination seance required at all trials anyway? If so, I imagine there'd be a problem with handing down a verdict without one. Indeed, it would be problematic. Under Kurani's law, a seance must be conducted before a verdict can be rendered.
Such insolence!
Bestie, shut the fuck up. Must you try my patience so? If I must dispense with that vexing law, then dispense with it I shall. And we're okay with this. Girlie is literally bending the law in the middle of a fucking trial. She is the most Manfred von Karma prosecutor we have seen since Manfred von Karma himself. As ruling sovereign of Karine, I proclaim the following. Henceforth, the divination seance shall be optional. Okay, but like, can we, but you didn't outlaw it, so like, she just rewrote the law with a flourish of her hand. She wants to do, can you do it, sweetie?
Mother, I do not wish for the trial to end like this. It is as the defense said, I must not neglect my duty simply because I am afraid. I shall go through with it this time. I will conduct the seance once more.
Such insolence!
Rafa, do not be fooled by his loyally guile. You were not prepared to witness your father's death. Do we count that, fool? She wasn't calling anybody a fool directly, but do we count that towards the Von Karma tax? The Franziska tax, specifically, I should say.
But Hornhead needs my help.
Doesn't count? Okay, alrighty. Rafa, did you not tell me earlier? Did you not tell me you were prepared? But despite your grandiose posturing, you collapsed in a most piteous fashion. Even worse, you have erred in your insights of late. Or has not the barbed one there overturned them more than once? Oh, stop! You're getting in her head. You want her to fail. You are setting her up to fail. You cannot be trusted to keep your word, nor can you reveal the truth through your insights. So I say to you, be gone! I say parental rights, be gone! She's our child now. This sacred hall of justice has no need for such a worthless wife!
Worthless?
Wow, how can she say that to her own daughter?
So, Mother, you think that makes you think me worthless?
Come on, show her. Do the seance and show her.
Objection!
Her benevolence says she can do it, doesn't she? Need to pause the trial so someone can murder the queen. Yes, please. Yeah. So I don't see why you have to condemn her before she's even made the attempt. Very well, Horned Devil. If you really are so bent on having a seance, I shall give my consent. Really? However, should Rafa fail once more, you two and the accused shall all be executed on the spot. Come again? This is proving to be far more entertaining than I had anticipated. Well, lawyer, what say you? We can do it, sweetie. You can do it, sweetie. You can do it, sweetie. I don't think you're worthless, your benevolence. Far from it, in fact. If you say you can do it, then I believe in you.
Hornhead, I do not understand. If I fail, you will be put to death.
We're just, yeah, no pressure or anything. Yeah, we're just adding more onto your plate, but it's okay. You can do it. I know you collapsed during your previous attempt. I can't even imagine how terrible it must have been for you. But despite that, you're willing to try again. I have faith in that conviction, in the courage.
My courage?
Ah, so she was doomed to fail if she didn't have the courage to perform the seance. It looks like she's got some determination to try again. Right. And that's a bet I'm willing to take. Her faulty insight probably led to a lot of blood on her hands. Stop! Don't! I mean, you're not wrong, but my sweetie. My sweet daughter.
But it is as Mother said, I have erred in my insights as of late. Not only have I failed to reveal the truth, I've also contributed to false accusations. Knowing that, can you still say that you believe in me?
Objection!
Come on, dad mode. I wouldn't take stock in those words, your benevolence. Despite what your mother says, I don't think you made any errors at all.
Huh?
In the trials I've been a part of here in Kurine, I would have never proven my client's innocence without your seances. Because even though they didn't always reflect the absolute truth, the insight they provided served as vital leads to finding the truth.
Vital leads? My seances?
So please, your benevolence, try to perform the divination seance one more time. You can do it, sweetie pie.
Objection!
Rafa, stop this madness. It is for your own good. You are ill-prepared to face your father's death. Go, leave this sacred hall at once.
No.
What did you say?
I said no, Mother. Oh. For I am the royal priestess of Kurine.
I've no need for you now.
Even if you do not need me, Mother. Hornhead in this Hall of Justice do. He proved that to me by risking his own life. It is because of him that I now understand. The divination seance is my sacred duty. I must fulfill it, no matter the risk.
Oh, daughter. Your benevolence?
Mother taught me that the divination seance was a mirror reflecting naught but the truth.
She set you up for failure.
But I began to have my doubts after Barbed Head disproved the insight it offered. And now I don't even know who or what to trust anymore. Father, Mother, even Nina. I had believed in them above all others. But I finally know now. I know in what I can trust. The royal priestess must debate each seance with the presiding lawyer and prosecutor. So that it can be interpreted properly. That is how I believe trials here in Khura'in should function.
Let's go, bestie.
Therefore, the Hall of Justice needs me. It is my power that leads trials toward the truth. That is my secret duty, and I will never shirk from it again.
Yes, let's go, daughter! That right there, your benevolence, is a product of what you've learned in your struggles so far. The truth that you realized with your own strength.
As my sacred duty, I must ensure that it is fulfilled. I must have the courage and resolve to see it through.
Your Eminence, the royal priestess says she will conduct the divination seance. I see no grounds for you to forbid it. Unless, of course, you are worried that it might reveal something you find inconvenient.
Mother! I am done letting you have your way.
Let's go, sweetie. Raifa, don't disown her. You would actually rebel against me, your mother and queen.
Though I am scared to see my father's death, I must face my fear. That is what Hornhead has taught me here today.
Raifa.
I am the royal priestess Raifa Padma Khura'in.
You can do it, sweetie.
And I am prepared to face my father's death.
You got this, bestie. Your Eminence? Seems the princess is more grown up than you thought. Raifa. Well then, let us proceed with the divination seance. If they show the animation again, do we want to play some hype music over it? The victim's final moments. This should be interesting. I wonder what Inga's memory is going to show us. Alright. We did Bakamitai last time. What do we want this time? Garrett's neutral pose is like a step away from a T-pose.
We hold this divination seance in your name.
What's some music to hype her up? What's a good, like, I guess probably like a video game song or something that won't get me copyrighted. Or if I play like 30 seconds of like a copyrighted song, will stream get muted? That's the only thing I'm afraid of.
Let the eyes of everyone here be clear, and our ears be unstopped.
A karaoke song from Yakuza. We could do Judgment, you know, because we are bringing judgment here. All right, let's do it. Disco? Which disco? On Queen of the Disco? Or no, Queen of the Passion? Friday Night? What do we think? Friday Night or Judgment? Which one's better? What should we go with? Or even the Miracle Johnson song. What's a good what's best fitting this moment for her? You can do it, bestie.
Oh, dance of devotion.
The disco songs are
guide
short.
the victim's soul to me.
We could probably fit in a whole disco one. Friday Night? All right.
So that we may receive their final memories in the pool of souls.
All right, we ready? Do it. Come on, dance like Kiryu. Let's go.
「
I can. Nah, I'm gonna let her dance. It's just her show. We're doing this. You're dancing in the dark right now? Oh man. Friday night, everybody. This song might be too short. Jim and Coldplay. Ooh, which song? Oh my god, it's almost perfect. Okay, that was perfect. Good job, sweetie! Viva la vida, that's a classic. He was in the room. Grapes, incense, sour. Oh wait, no, this is, oh wait, no, this is the tomb. Well, it is the tomb, shit. Oh no, this is his final moments. Footsteps. Man's voice. Pain. Footsteps. Oh, brother. He couldn't make out the face, but I mean, who else could it be, you know? Unless that's Nina. Explosion! Laughter! Okay. Well, shit.
What in the...
A faceless being? Does he's... Are we gonna have an Apollo? They call that prejudice moment here. I'm sorry, I'm thinking of the... I'm reminded... This is making me think of a character in Zero Escape. I don't want to say too much, if in case anybody here who's not played 999, but... Prosopagnosia, that's what it's called! That, what if Inga had prosopagnosia? His face, it's just like the picture of the founder. I think that's the last thing anyone expected to see.
Father? What was it? What was it you saw?
Are we to understand that this is the last thing the victim saw?
Yes, there can be no mistake. That was what my father himself witnessed.
Ah, very strange. You don't suppose the Holy Mother possessed the accused and slew Minister Inga for planning a coup? Talk about a sharp left turn into the Twilight Zone, not the Twilight Realm. If I had a nickel every time prosopagnosia was relevant in a murder mystery game, oh boy. There's one thing in there that caught my attention. Laughter. Who does it belong to and why are they laughing? Who knows? Though I suppose it could be Dirk after he slew my husband. Uh-huh. That figure didn't even have a mouth. Ho ho ho. Bro wants to be Santa so badly. That is the judge. You can't do that. I think we are done here, lawyer. I have no mouth, yet I must giggle. Hee hee hee! You claimed that Minister Ingo was stabbed in his private quarters, and feeling no pain went to the tomb where he eventually fell dead. Maybe the meds started to wear off then. Jumping to YMCA in the dark. Let's go. But this seance vision proves he was stabbed in the tomb and felt great pain, no less. Well, shit. That. Therefore, as I asserted all along, it was the accused who stabbed the minister in the tomb. Ah! Everything just backfired. Oh, Garen has the devil's own luck, doesn't she? It's okay, we can work with this.
Now then, I shall give voice to the soul of the deceased. Listen well and heed these words. At around 3 p.m., my father was waiting in the tomb to make the hostage exchange. He was drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother. He had been waiting vigilantly when suddenly he heard Dirk's voice. The next moment, he was stabbed in the back and collapsed. My father tried to shoot his attacker, but he missed, and the attacker let out a laugh.
So what now, Mr. Wright? It's up to us to knock holes in Rafa's interpretations of Inga's memories. In other words, we need to prove that her understanding of them could be mistaken. Okay, I'll give it a try. Okay. Just waiting to make the exchange. Sour. He's drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother. Then he got up, and suddenly he heard Dirk's voice. The next moment he was stabbed in the back and collapsed. He tried to shoot his attacker, but he missed, and the attacker let out a laugh. Huh. I mean, the explosion happened afterwards, so that wasn't necessarily a gunshot, right? That could be something else. Huh. I'm gonna say, I think this could be it. I don't know. I suppose this could be it. Oop, no, go back. I'm gonna try this.
Objection!
Okay, maybe not. Shit. Oh, fuck.
Oh? Please do tell, where exactly does this inconsistency lie, Hornhead?
Alright. It's kind of hard to say, especially when you put me on the spot like this. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Around 3 p.m. was waiting in the tomb to make the hostage exchange. Was drinking grape juice while gazing upon the picture of the Holy Mother. Waiting vigilantly when suddenly he heard Dirk's voice. Footsteps. He's stabbed in the back. And collapsed. Footsteps. My father tried to shoot his attacker, but he missed. Huh. The incense gets stronger. Yeah, the incense does get stronger when he gets closer to the altar. Okay. Is it gonna be... I mean, he was looking at the book when he was drinking. I don't know if that's, like, too specific, but... I don't know. I don't think this is gonna be... no. I don't know if this is too specific, but I want to try something. This is not the picture of the Holy Mother. No.
Objection!
Yeah, I didn't think that'd be that was too like picky, I feel. Okay. Footsteps. Waiting vigilantly. We'll hear footsteps first. Maybe they were his own footsteps, but...
Objection!
Huh. If I told Garen I was listening to the Killers when I get prosecuted, you know what? If she didn't like the Killers, then yeah. She just changes the law whenever. Okay. I mean, if he heard the voice, why would he, like, not turn and look to Dirk? I'm gonna go with this.
Objection!
Yeah, ugh, these are always tricky. Oh, Luke, welcome. Can't stay long, it's almost 1 a.m. Just dropping in to say hi. My friend who's making me the evoker is doing a painting. Ooh, that's exciting. That's so cool. But, I hope you have a good night, but thanks for being here. I hope you can get some good rest. I can consult, you know, I think I might need to consult Mr. Phoenix a little bit. There's one thing that stuck out to me. The man's voice. Yeah, it doesn't have, yeah. If he was waiting for Dirk, he would have been more vigilant. It's in Discord. All right, thank you, thank you. Would it just be the voice? Yeah, because I don't know. Why wouldn't he turn to look if...
Objection!
Yeah. Why wouldn't you turn to see where the voice was coming from? Your benevolence, there seems to be an inconsistency in your interpretation.
An inconsistency where?
Minister Inga is far too relaxed for what was supposedly about to take place. Was that his own voice he was hearing? Because it doesn't specify whose voice. I found that one really hard to work out. Yeah, that was a little tricky. When he heard the voice you claim is Dirk's, he didn't seem the least bit alarmed. He just kept looking at the picture of the founder.
Ah,
That's strange, right? He was waiting for Dirk to arrive with the founder's orb. But when he heard that voice, he didn't even turn to look. Don't you think he would have been worried about being attacked from behind?
then whose voice was it?
I was awful at seances. Yeah, I feel like they're a little tricky. I like it. It's very puzzling. It's tricky. I like it though. It's likely someone whose presence wouldn't have alarmed him. Someone like a friend.
Objection!
It reminds me of a puzzle.
I like puzzles.
But there was no third party at the scene of the crime. Therefore, the voice can only have belonged to Dirk. The voice of a third party who wasn't there in the tomb. Apollo, don't we have something that could reveal the owner of the mystery voice? You know, I think we do. Something that Inga had while he was waiting for Dirk. Oh yeah, the phone. Didn't he have a phone call? A phone on him? I mean... He had a phone. Would it just be this?
Take that!
That's my father's.
I know this must be hard for you, but could you please look at this photo? There's something here that can point us toward the identity of the voice. Did he have the phone on speaker, maybe?
Take that!
A cell phone?
Right. I believe the voice the minister heard was a call on his cell phone. I see. Well, that certainly makes sense. What is your eminence's view on the matter? I concede the possibility.
Then it seems I must refine my vision.
I like that at least she's not, like, upset about having to, like, change things up now. Subordinate's voice.
It appears that the voice belonged to one of my father's subordinates.
She's open to change and just, like, reinterpretation. I love that. Why do you suppose he was talking to one of them?
My father had members of the secret police positioned throughout the palace. They were supposed to contact him as soon as they saw Dirk and the rest of you.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Your benevolence, I believe you have an insight to revise.
I know, Barted. Don't presume to tell me how to do my duty.
Okay. He took a call from a subordinate at the palace. So the voice was coming from the phone. Oh yeah, if he was hearing it, then it wouldn't have to be on speaker. I'm literally... At least she calls him Bart. Same. I love it. I love how it's kind of becoming like... It started as like a mean nickname, now it's like an affectionate one. She's just making observations. She call him Barbie? Oh my god, Phoenix is Barbie. I love that. Aww. Dress him up in pink now. But there might have been other sounds coming from the phone. Sounds that could be clues. Take another look at the insights. Okay. Alrighty. And took a call from the subordinate. The next moment he was stabbed in the back and collapsed. Lions roar, dogs bark. Huh. Okay. Interesting. Is that the only thing that changed, I guess? I just want to review to be sure. A lion stabbed him in the back, that's it! Yeah! Okay. The dog could be Shadow, but the lion, what the hell does that... Is it... does the lion statue actually roar?
Objection!
I hate to break it to you, Your Benevolence, but you misinterpreted something again.
Oh, what do you mean, again?
It's okay, sweetie. Smooth move, Apollo. I think you just hurt her feelings. She may put on a brave face, but she feels more than she lets on. Let me rephrase that, Your Benevolence. Your interpretation of your father's phone call to his subordinate at the palace is inconsistent with his final memory.
What do you mean by that?
A lion's roar could be heard over the phone. Don't you find that strange? You claimed the call was with someone at the palace. Oh, that would be a warbad! Ah. Warbad and a dog bark. Yeah. Got yelled at by a dog and a warbad. He wasn't on the phone. No, this is around 3 p.m., not 2 p.m. Yeah, Dots is a rebel. He wouldn't be on the phone with that. Yeah. Huh. Okay. Is this the true time of death then? This is what she heard. She heard, or no, he heard this all over the phone. Ah, the roar, the dog bark, the firecracker, and then Dots laughing. That's every. So this was around 2 p.m. and not 3 then? So, huh. So he was dead at 2 p.m. maybe, and then was someone dressed like Dirk, knowing that he, I don't know, I'm guessing he has prosopagnosia. That's the basis for my theory. Someone dressed up as Dirk to try to frame him. Maybe the Queen, or maybe Nina, I don't know. And maybe the Queen, I think I figured it out. Okay, this is what he heard over the phone call when he died. He was on the phone with somebody. Yeah, this is what he heard. And then the Queen knew he was dead. She channeled him. She channeled Inga, and that's who, that is who, Rafa saw running out of the palace, or his quarters. Maybe he was surprised to be, like, suddenly find himself there, because, like, or be channeled, because whenever somebody's channeled, they remember the moments leading up to their death and everything. Maybe he realized he had been channeled, was freaking the hell out, and then made a run for it. And then somehow he got out, and then Queen's back. That's my theory!
No, the only animals at the palace are little birdies and my pet frog.
Wait, a giant one in the front of the minister's house is her pet?
Besides, there aren't any lions in Kurine. We don't even have any zoos. A rather sad state of affairs, I'm afraid. She likes animals.
Well, I remember hearing a sound like that. Mm-hmm. The bazaar! Yeah, I only remember because I investigated the statue and they made a point to point out there was a little stare-off between the frog and the statue, the lion statue. Freenos? Who's Freenos? I don't know what that is. I don't know who that is. Isn't that the cry of the warbad over in the bazaar?
Ah!
Oh, for some Hades too. Ah, okay. I need to play Hades still. I own Hades. I actually was thinking about starting to play it recently. I've gone back and forth debating whether to stream Hades because I like to play roguelites on my own. Because, you know, a lot of just like combat stuff and just focusing on combat and everything. But if there's like a good story involved, I could stream that as well. I like streaming story-centric games mostly. So that's the fact that it's like a roguelite is the one thing that has kind of stopped me from that. But if there is a good story to it, then it has lots of story. Ooh, maybe I should stream it then. Man, I feel like I'm getting into a roguelite era. Like, just the other day, I started playing Vampire Survivors again. I hadn't played that in a while, but I saw there was an update or two that I'd missed, so I was playing through some of those updates, and I kind of want to play some more roguelites. I decided to stream it, I'll definitely play. Yeah, I do own it, actually. Red Dead Redemption 2. I have been told I would love that game too. I've been told that would be a really good game. Favorite game of 2020? Yeah, I've heard like nothing but glowing reviews about Hades, and I'm very excited to see how the second one goes too. Even though I haven't played the first, but one day I will, I swear. New Vampire Survivors update was so silly. What was the newest one? Because I think I was like a couple behind. But yeah, I really like that game. It's very satisfying, and I want to play more games like that. Your Benevolence, do you think you can clarify the voice for me?
Very well. I will now attempt to further refine my vision.
It was like 5 days ago. Oh, wow.
Oh, what's this?
Great day, R2D2, not R2D2, RDR2. We have a tight streaming schedule. It's very long. Yeah, maybe at some point in the future then. At least for the rest of the year, we're kind of booked. But 2025, I don't know what 2025 releases I'm going to be looking forward to. But I want to get through quite a few backlog games in 2025 for sure. It was the call of a warbad. That means the subordinate Minister Inga was talking to was in the bazaar, not the palace.
But why is it important where the call came from?
2025 is the year of Yakuza. Yes, it will be. I definitely at least want to play Kiwami 2, 3, and 4 next year. I wanted to get to Kiwami 2 this year. I don't think that's going to happen. So we'll bump it up, and I at least want to play 3 and 4 as well next year. I want to make some progress. There was a bug with, I'm not sure if it's patched, that caused red coin bags to count for too much. I hit gold cap of 3. Oh my god, that's insane. Yeah, I've not experienced that, so maybe they did patch it.
What significance could it have?
It changes the time of death. Very important. It's actually very important. Knowing that the person on the other end was at the bazaar means the loud explosion might not have been the sound of a gunshot.
But
Kiwami 2 is the silliest. Oh, I cannot wait. I need more Yakuza silliness in my life.
I can think of no other item that makes such a noise in the area.
Sub-story-wise, oh, I can't wait. Man, I miss like the silly sub-storiness, and like, I know Kiwami was like, you know, it's the first one, you know, a remake of the very first one, so it's gonna feel a little rougher around the edges than like some of the other installments. The sub-stories were they were a lot less silly in Kiwami. I miss the silly ones from Zero, but if I can get some silly ones in Kiwami 2, that would just make my day. Go ahead, Apollo, tell her. Tell Ray for the real source of that sound. Will do.
Well, Hornhead, I'm waiting. What was the true source of the explosive sound?
Take that!
What is that?
It's I'll be your guide's statement. In it, he claims that Dot's a rebel threw a firecracker at him while he was at the bazaar.
Then
I must go fight demons while encased in slumber. No worries, have good sleepies, have good sleeps. The sound heard over the phone was a firecracker exploding.
Objection!
And yet, a bullet was found at the scene of the crime. A bullet fired from Minister Inga's gun. How do you explain that? Well, we don't know whether it was fired during the course of the crime, right? Or do you have evidence that proves when the pistol was discharged? No, I have none. Wait a second. If that loud bang was a firecracker, then could the laugh at the end have been... Yep. No, it can't be. Oh, it can. And it is. The laugh came from none other than... the Joker who got a kick out of startling Albie with his dragon snot snaps. The Jonkler! If something smells, it's usually the Dats. The happy-go-lucky Dats are rebel.
What?
Someone should really put a leash on that guy. I'm genuinely surprised he managed to return the Founder's Orb to me, like, with no issue. I shudder to think how one man could be the cause of so much trouble. Ah, hey there, AJPW! Y'all can thank me later! I love him. No one asked for your commentary, Mr. O'Rebel. Your benevolence, do you need to revise your insight?
It would appear so.
Okay. Despite his silliness, he is capable. Yes. Well, this changes everything. Let's go over the details of Rafa's insight again. Okay. I think I've got this down now. Time to find another inconsistency. Or 3 p.m.? I mean, we know 3 p.m. might be... I mean, I know the 3 p.m. is the weird part now. Because based on Albi's statement, this happened at 2 p.m. Hold on. I'm gonna go with that and see if that's it. Warbad's cry?
Objection!
Oh. I mean, we're not presenting actual evidence, so I guess that makes... I mean, I guess this wouldn't be like where we put it out, but it says 2 p.m. And her insight said 3 p.m., so... Huh. Okay. Health is a resource and the only— yes, we're on the only health point that matters right now. I mean, I'm guessing, like, it usually has to do something with the things that change, right? Like the changes to the insights and then pointing something out. But I don't know, the time is what's really throwing me off. Like, that's a big detail, but we're not presenting evidence here, so... what do we do? I don't... Huh. little stumped. If the time wasn't the issue. Hmm. I don't know if this is me just pointing out something completely irrelevant. I notice he picks up his glass with the left hand and it looks like he's holding the gun with the right hand. Again, that could just be, you know, his gun was closer to his right hand, and you know, when you're dying, whatever hand's closer to your weapon is what you use. I don't know. I don't know if that's important. Alrighty. Imagine that Dot's laughing his ass off being the last thing you hear before you die. Hint, I guess croissant, yes or no only. Is this is this statement the one that I use? Just, is this statement? Okay, it is this one. Thank you. Alrighty. Do I have to use a different sound? Not the warbad? I mean, the warbad is the one that, it changed from lion to warbad. That's the thing that changed. Or... it must be your cactus. Thank you, thank you. I try my best. Okay. Would it be the time of the explosion then? I'm gonna try explosion instead of the warbad.
Objection!
Okay, it's the explosion instead of the warbad then? Those all happen at the same time though! So why didn't the warbad work? Alrighty, alrighty. Well, we got there. I see an ads to happening right now actually. So it's perfect timing. I need to run to the bathroom again. I need more water too. I'm almost out of water. So I need to get a refill. I'll be back in a moment. Yeah, I'll return in just a moment. We'll play some yeah, some what's his name? Miracle Johnson up next.
They
Alrighty, I'm back. Let's do this. Your benevolence, there's a glaring problem with this insight.
There is?
You stated that the murder happened at around 3 p.m., which is right around the time my client arrived on the scene. However, now that we know what the source of the loud bang is, your insight conflicts with a certain piece of evidence. I suppose I have to ask the obvious here.
Take that!
I'll be your guide statement. Again. Yes, because to summarize what he said. At around 2 p.m., Shadow was surprised by a firecracker and ran into the palace courtyard. Around 2 p.m. That's right. 2 p.m. Not 3 p.m. Ah! She's starting to snap. Uh-oh. Are you suggesting? Girl, you're gonna break your nails. I hope her nails crack when she has her final breakdown. I think you know where I'm going with this. Dots' laugh, the cry of the warbad, and the bang of the firecracker were all heard right before Minister Inga's death. Thanks to Albie's statement, we can put a definitive timestamp on all these sounds. Therefore, what this vision shows is that it's extremely likely that the deceased's final moments were at 2 rather than 3, as we had originally thought.
Dare I ask?
It means the murder took place a full hour before Dirk entered the tomb.
Pocoka!
How can this be? Are you saying that I, the very personification of the law, have been mistaken? Yeah, bitch. And I think you knew it. Ah! The nails did break! Let's go! Now you see why justice will always prevail. Peace, peace, I say. Now then, defense. I must remind you that the figure of the accused was clearly shown in the vision. How do you explain that? I would say it was clearly shown. After all, the figure didn't actually have a face. Ah, you're absolutely right. Without a face, we can't be certain of who it was. Furthermore, need I remind you if the vision is from 2 p.m., Dirk was still with me and Mr. Wright. Which means this faceless figure couldn't possibly be him. So then, what are we to make of this 1 hour difference?
Oh, wait, 2 o'clock? That's when... my mother was performing the rite of channeling.
Indeed. The palace guards had all been reassigned to guard the channeling chamber for the rite.
Don't tell me. The royal residence? It would have been virtually unguarded.
Which means the real killer could have easily slipped unseen into Amara's tomb. Defense, are you saying that this is someone disguised as the accused? That's exactly what I believe, Your Majesty. Oh my god. Preposterous. Disguises cannot deceive the memories of the deceased. That the face did not appear is mere happenstance.
Nayuta, have you heard of prosopagnosia?
Had it appeared, such subterfuge would have been clear as day. He's got a point there. Anyone who knows about the divination seance would have tried to hide their face. Nevertheless, our killer openly appeared before Inga. The question is, why? The Holy Mother, yes, blessed us, indeed. Apollo, maybe the killer could afford to be so bold. Because they knew their face wouldn't show up in the seance vision. What? It's possible the killer dared to dress in Dirk's clothes and stand square in front of Inga, precisely because they knew they could get away with it. How could anyone be so sure of something like that? A long time ago I heard of a cognitive disorder that impairs a person's ability to distinguish between different faces. What if Inga had it? Then are you saying that this is literally how Inga saw the world? Yes, you can't normally see through the... He's making notes about people because he can't recognize their facial features. Or at least these are the features that he can recognize on each person. Yeah, not facial features, but like distinguishing features aside from the face. Yeah, Phoenix also played 999 apparently. Yeah. Thank you, Uchikoshi, for teaching me about prosopagnosia. And if he had that disorder, I imagine this is how faces appeared to him in life. Okay, let's say that the killer knew that Inga had such a disorder. They could definitely use it to pin the crime on Dirk. But if you're wondering about how to prove that Inga had it, you already have what you need. Really? You haven't played it? It's a really good game. 999 is good. The other Zero Escape games are markedly less good in my opinion, and that seems to be the popular opinion, but 999 it's really good. It's in your backlog. It's so exciting. 999 it's a trip. Actually, I think they're all worth playing. They are a absolute trip. Ochikoshi's brain works in mysterious ways, and it's always a fun time. Yes, I believe so. Frankly, I have no idea what Mr. Wright means, but I'll look in the evidence over again. A lot of people I know think they think VLR is the best. Oh, interesting. They are an experience, for sure. For sure. Yeah, I liked VLR. It took me a little bit longer to get into VLR than 999, but I think it could be because it was a longer game. It had I feel like it had a little more exposition, but like once we got past all that, I was like, all right, good lord. I like VLR, but 999 was definitely better to me. Yeah, same here.
Take that!
Notepad. Yes, it was found in Minister Inga's room, and it holds the answer we're looking for. As you can see, it's filled with detailed notes on various individuals. What kind of clothes they wear, hairstyles, and other discerning physical characteristics. And this is connected to the faceless nature of the killer. How? The vision we saw was exactly what Minister Inga saw with his own eyes. It is he who saw his killer as a person without a face. In fact, this is how he normally saw everyone around him. What's this? I believe Minister Inga had a disorder that prevented him from recognizing faces. It would explain the faceless being. And why he needed a notepad full of people's physical characteristics.
Now that I think about it,
Now, Sag, is she thinking about how her own dad never knew what she looked like?
my father is always terrible at remembering people. By simply changing my hairstyle, he would fail to recognize even me.
Your Eminence, you knew that your husband had such a disorder, didn't you? Yeah, who all knew? Was it just you? You never wished for it to become public knowledge. I made it sad, I'm sorry. Sometimes I do make things sadder than they need to be. But I suppose there is no use keeping quiet about it now. It is as you say. My late husband had a special disorder that hindered his ability to recognize faces. The edible term is prosopagnosia! Why am I applauding? So Mr. Wright was right.
The memories of those afflicted with such disorders in life do appear strange at times. There is precedent for this.
So the killer likely knew about the disorder and used it to their advantage. Right, so there's someone who is both knowledgeable about the divination seance and aware of Inga's affliction. Interesting, Your Eminence. Who knew about your husband's condition? A small number of servants who tended to his needs, and me. Surely you are not about to insinuate that I committed this crime. Oh, no, Your Eminence. Still, could she have done it? If this was about at the same time as around 2 p.m., did she have a subordinate do the murder? Like Nina? And then she channeled once the deed was done? Garen has an alibi, remember? Oh, right. She was conducting the rite of channeling at 2 p.m. I wonder who she was channeling. She knew he'd be dead. In that case... Your Eminence, does Nina know about Minister Inga's disorder? Of course she does. She was our head servant. It was me, I'm the subordinate. My defense, the defense offered me a Milky Way bar. It's not my favorite, but I was hungry. Yeah, Your Honor, I was hungry. I needed a snacky. I was hungry, and you're not you when you're hungry. If only I had a Snickers or something, then maybe I wouldn't have done it. So as head servant, she knew about Minister Inga's condition, and as the princess's personal attendant, she's familiar with the divination seance. If these two facts together don't make her a possible suspect, I don't know what will.
Objection!
You witless lawyer. How quick you are to forget the facts. Facts like... Snickers, you've killed for less. New marketing campaign. That could be a Night Vale ad. If that sounds like a word from our sponsors. Just a whole dark spiel. Snickers, you've killed for less. When Inga was last seen alive, you claim he was slain at 2, yet that is impossible. For Rafa saw him at 2:30. And you were channeling someone. Wonder who? We did completely forget about that. No, there must be some mistake. So you see, the murder could have only happened at 3 p.m. The hour Dirk entered the tomb. There is no other answer to this puzzle. Why don't we ever get to make up answers like Gara makes up laws? Guess it's back to square one. Where did we go wrong? I don't think we're the problem. We just seem to be short one piece of the puzzle. Yeah, basically. So Apollo, here's the deal. Magic is real and the dead can walk the earth. We literally had a dead man testify at Phoenix's previous trial here. Our deductions so far explain everything to a T. Everything except Inga's sighting at 2:30. I see. Without that final piece, all of our deductions fall apart. Apollo, if Inga's sighting is the only anomaly, we'll just have to find a way to make it fit into the bigger picture. Time to think outside the box. It would be impossible to see Inga walking around after he'd been killed. But what if there was a way to make people think he was alive even though he was dead? Like a way to make people witness the living dead? Yeah, you pop that when you're about to die as a Dark Knight, and then you die anyway. Sounds like some kind of TV show. The Walking Dead? Things like that don't happen in real life, unless... Ah. Did you just use your brain? I did! I figured it out. I know how to make people witness the living dead. Your Majesty, our deductions weren't wrong after all. Despite Minister Inga being murdered at 2 p.m., he was seen heading into the tomb at 2:30, and I'll tell you how. I certainly hope you will, because I have no idea what you're talking about. Someone... Okay, actually, I want to... Before we do that... I mean, I see there's no health bar, but... We gotta be silly. Maybe it was a ghost, or even a clone.
Your Majesty, I fear the poor lawyer must be feeling ill in his tiny horned head. We should summon an ambulance before it's too late.
Agreed, your benevolence. Can anyone take a joke in this country?
It was a joke, was it? For shame. You had me truly worried there for a moment.
I'm fine, and I'm done joking around. Alright. I had to be funny, okay? It was the deceased being channeled. It's the only way a man who was already dead could have been seen by her benevolence. Channeled, you say? That's right. There are only two people capable of spirit channeling here in Kurine. Her Eminence Queen Garen and Maya Fey. It's possible that one of them was channeling the minister. And what... It would seem that you are ever bent on making me party to this crime. Prosecutor, what was I doing at 2:30 p.m., the time at which my husband was seen? Eminence. I believe you had completed the channeling rite and were having tea with the king of the neighboring realm. There would have been many attendants there too. Mayata has to keep up with her schedule too. What doesn't she make him do? And that leaves... Well, Maya was being held hostage. It couldn't have been her. Maybe someone was forcing her to use her power toward nefarious ends. The real killer could have been threatening her.
That cannot be!
So then, Inga's scream was probably from when he woke up from being called back to this world. After all, that's when the flow of time would have picked back up for him after he died. So Minister Inga probably leapt to his feet thinking he just had a nightmare. Then, realizing it was almost time for the hostage exchange, he raced off to Amar's tomb, not even realizing he was already dead. Then, her benevolence really did see a dead man running? Jesus. That's terrifying. Using the sacred power of spirit channeling to commit a crime? How can this be? The defense calls Miss Maya Fey to the stand. Well, the remnants? Will you allow a new witness? It matters not. Either way, this lawyer shall soon know the truth. He will know just how much of an imbecile he is in the face of my infallible arguments. Insult me all you want, witch, but you'll be eating those words. Do you think you wanted to say a word other than witch? Nah, Apollo respects women. He would never use that word. Very well, let us adjourn until the next witness is ready. To be continued, alright, we're gonna keep going. I don't know how many more segments of this are, because we still need to address the assassination of Amara. But we're gonna keep going. We're continuing here.
Talk about some really close shaves.
Well, you can't get a closer shave than Headsman's brand blades, that's for sure. Trial's not even over yet, and I'm already exhausted.
Still, you were able to fight back the queen herself in there.
Well, maybe with Miss Faye's help, I won't have to keep on playing her game much longer. Speaking of which, I guess it's a little late to be asking, but do you think she's well enough to testify, Mr. Wright? She slept all day yesterday up exhaustion, apparently. But that's all it was, so she should be okay.
Barthead, Hornhead.
Yeah, question marks, as if there's no way we could guess who's saying that.
Yeah, give her a burger for energy. She will be fine.
Oh, hello, Your Benevolence. Princess Rafa. You're really impressive in there.
I am the royal priestess Rafa Padma Kurain. And I am prepared to face my father's death.
You did it, sweetie. I'm so proud of you.
Despite your mother's opposition, you stood your ground. And in doing so, you fulfilled your duty as the royal priestess.
It was all thanks to you and your friends. Your belief in me gave me the courage to follow my path. So, you have my gratitude.
Oh, don't mention it.
I know. I shall thank you with a gift. What would you like? A cow? A horse? Or perhaps shall I reward your efforts with a royal shoulder massage?
Oh, that's okay, Your Benevolence. Your gratitude is more than enough, thanks.
But I thought you Americans liked massages. My technique was highly praised by my father, I'll have you know.
Hamburger. Hey, you lawyers! Where's the accused? Huh? Dirk? What the fuck did you do now? What the fuck? Is our defendant just gone? What the hell? I blew a pig time, AJ. Dots. Shut up, you! What's going on? The scoundrel tried to escape with the accused! What? We were able to nab him, but the accused is nowhere to be found. Where are you hiding him, you miscreant? I keep telling you, I got no idea where he went. I mean, yeah, we booked it together, but I lost track of him after that. So Dirk's on the lam now? Probably, but who knows? He vanished in the blink of an eye. Vanish? You wanna know something, AJ? Dirk said to me, I can't put Amara in danger. I have to set her free before it's too late. Is this the other secret he was talking about, something relating to this? But that's what I am telling you! That's why I helped him escape in the first place! Dots! Do you realize what you've done? Oh, what's done is done. Still, why do you choose to go rescue her now? Thank you, Sari, for more bot control. Maybe I didn't want to die with any regrets or something. You know, just in case he ended up on the chopping block. Why, Dirk? I thought you believed in me! Aw, don't be like that, AJ. He'll be back as soon as he frees Amara, you'll see. I'm a little worried about that. That's not the point, Dots. Listen, lawyer, let us know immediately if the accused contacts you. The trial will now resume. See that you are ready. The trial's still on? Even without the defendant? Those are Her Eminence's orders, so he'll return to the courtroom at once. What if she sent, like, assassins out after him or something? I don't know. Anyways. She wouldn't pass up the chance to publicly execute him. brother. Now then, let us resume the trial at hand. Your Majesty, my client seems to have gone missing. Oopsies! What do you think, Your Eminence? Should we proceed without the accused? Why not? My royal guard is searching for him as we speak. They shall find him soon enough, for they would not dare to keep me waiting. Yes, but what about the law governing court proceedings? Then I shall simply revise it. Oh my god. As ruling sovereign of Khura'in, I proclaim the following. Should the accused be an enemy of the crown, they may be tried in absentia. Well, no. I guess trials in absentia only exist like this here. Alrighty. Well, in that case, I guess there's no problem with proceeding. Will the witness, Miss Maya Fey, please approach the stand? This division would be fair if not for the enemy of the crown, but true. Sorry to summon you like this, Maya.
Getting dragged out of bed and into court is not exactly a fun wake-up call, Nick.
I'm sorry, Miss Fey. It was my idea.
And you are?
Oh, right. I'm Apollo Justice. It's nice to finally meet you.
Oh, so you're Apollo. Next, tell me all about you.
Music!
You're the new guy with a loud voice and a bit of an unreliable streak, right?
Unreliable? Oh, well, that was 2 years ago. You've come a long way since.
So why was I called here anyway? Am I under arrest again?
Huh? I guess no one's filled her in. Well, she has been asleep this entire time.
What's your favorite Turnabout Sisters arrangement? Aw, it's so cool. I like it.
Miss Fey, this is a trial for Dirk Sadmati, and you're here as a witness.
What? Dirk's been arrested? But
that's not exactly the reaction I was expecting. Miss Fey, you are suspected of playing a part in the murder of Justice Minister Inga.
What?
I mean, do we literally just have another bot? That's 3 bots tonight. What the hell? Someone allegedly forced you to channel the minister to obfuscate the time of his murder. At least that is what the defense claims.
Wait, what? How could you, Apollo? How did you even reach that conclusion? Oh, is this the first time you've seen her do the pouty face since?
Aw. Sorry, but it's the only way this whole case makes any sense. Your understandable anger at the defense aside, will you testify, Miss Fey?
Yes, Your Majesty.
I don't have any idea what's going on, but... Hiccup, sorry.
I know I didn't channel Minister Inga. I didn't even have a chance to do something like that. Besides, I never go quietly along with some criminal's plan. Oh, I guess there are some things I go quietly along with.
What do you mean? See if the witness doesn't believe she's ever channeled. Sorry, and if her words prove to be true, defense, your entire argument becomes moot. You do understand that, don't you? Yes, of course. Doesn't seem like Miss Fey's lying. Apollo? Maya was being awfully secretive about something just now, and I guess I better dig a bit and try to get her to open up to me first. Let's chat, have a little friendly chat first. Do you have any embarrassing stories about Phoenix that you could tell to the courtroom, please?
Hold it!
You've been asleep ever since you were rescued from the tomb, correct?
I was exhausted after being held captive for so long.
That must have been terrible. Maya, Minister Inga didn't do anything to you, did he?
Oh no, it wasn't like that. On the contrary, I asked him for all sorts of things.
Like what?
Like, I'm really craving burgers, and I'll die if I miss an episode of The Plume Punisher.
Oh no. I'm sensing a rift in the Steel Samurai fanbase. She likes the Plume Punisher, Edgeworth does not. How will this affect their relationship?
Acting like a brat, netted me a TV and even a few burgers from some place.
Maya is brat. Let's go.
He was surprisingly nice to me.
Huh? Are you sure we're talking about the same guy here? She'll bully him into liking the Plume Punisher too. I can see that. He may have loomed large, but he was unexpectedly easy to push around.
Even though he's the one who was responsible for pushing those execution papers through?
Oh, that.
Maya Brack confirmed, yeah, she didn't fall out of a coconut tree. She knows she exists within the context of all she is and what came before her. She's locked in.
Oh, that. Approving executions was simply his preferred method of stress relief. Jesus Christ. With a wife like her, he was probably pushing them through out of fear. I'm beginning to see why he wanted to stage a coup.
In any case, my time in captivity wasn't so bad. But of all the things that happened...
Hold it!
I wonder if she was knocked out in the same way that... No, Dirk got dizzy. I mean, no, it wouldn't be the incident. I don't know. Are you sure about that? Maybe I just don't remember channeling him.
Don't remember? I may be 28, but I'm not senile, you know.
Something's not right here.
Miss Faye, you were confined to Amara's tomb the whole time, is that correct?
Yes, but I wasn't conscious the whole time. Are we gonna perceive something? Okay, then let me ask you something. Did you ever see Nina in the tomb, dressed as Dirk?
Huh? Is this some kind of joke? I think I remember if I saw something as crazy as that.
Plus, I doubt anyone would carry out a crime like that right in front of a potential witness.
I hate when he's right.
Mood.
Maya still has the pal face, and I love it.
Hold it!
You didn't have a chance to channel him.
Does channeling someone take a long time?
Not really. Once you get the hang of it, it's pretty much instantaneous. But I was all tied up, literally. So there was no way for me to make the channeling mudra with my hands to do it.
Right. I guess she really didn't channel Linga then. Maya, when mediums are done with a session, they can send the spirit back to the other world themselves, right?
Sure, unless they're still in training. Amateurs can get possessed by spirits sometimes, but full-fledged mediums can stay in total control of a session. And they can send the deceased spirit away anytime they want.
So I take it you can do that too, Miss Faye.
Of course! It's a cinch for the new and improved Mystic Maya Faye, a spirit medium.
I love her. That's strange. You seem like the same old childish Maya to me.
Ugh! How shall you childish, Nick?
Hold it!
So you wouldn't channel spirits for unseemly purposes?
Of course not. Spirit channeling is my bread and butter, and I take a lot of pride in my work. It's like, would you use your legal skills to commit a crime, Apollo?
Well, until finger pointing and objecting become deadly, I don't see how they can be used.
Wow, you're a regular Mr. Smarty Pants, just like Nick. Always at the ready with some sarcastic comeback.
I think I'll save my many objections for after the trial. Yes, please. Aww.
Anyway, I never go along with something like murder.
Hold it!
It sounds to me like you're trying to hide something, Miss Faye.
Didn't anyone teach you about respecting boundaries, Apollo? It's really rude to pry into a person's private affairs.
Sorry, I didn't realize Wait, we're in a court of law.
Yeah, I know.
I love her.
What was all that about me being rude? I'm just doing my job.
So please, just tell me, what exactly are you hiding?
Sorry, but I promised Dirk I wouldn't say.
You made a promise to Dirk.
Mm-hmm. A pretty big one.
I think this is about all you're gonna get out of her. That startles me, oh my god. Enough. The witness is denying that she channeled any spirits. Further questioning is pointless. It appears your little fiction has been soundly exposed for what it is.
You should listen to her, Apollo. I don't even know why you suspected me in the first place. I mean, you don't have any evidence of me channeling Minister Inga, do you?
Oh, evidence.
There's no point in even thinking about it, really. I don't use anything special to channel spirits, so there wouldn't be anything left behind.
That's true. Just like when she channeled the High Priest, all Maya needs is her own body. The defense has no evidence to offer. I will have to end this cross-examination. Do we? I mean, we have yet to use this. Well, now, even if she doesn't use any special items to do the channeling itself, you think there'd be something to complete the deception? Like an outfit? Was his fake outfit burned afterwards and all that was left was one of the buttons? We'll say there is.
You bet there is. Really?
Oh no! You're bluffing, I take it? I'll be fine.
If we're right, then there must be some sort of proof to back us up. Time to do some serious thinking, Apollo Justice.
Okay, we know that when Rafa saw her father, he wasn't dressed like Miss Faye, right? Right, because if he was, Rafa would have immediately known he was being channeled. So that means... he was dressed in his usual suit when Rafa saw him. Aha! Good thinking, Apollo. This might be the perfect angle to attack from. Alright, let's have an answer from the defense.
Take that!
Is that a gemstone? We found this among the ashes of one of the tomb's incense burners. Does this gemstone ring any bells, Your Eminence? What? What was that doing in the tomb? Ah, so you do recognize it. But then, as his wife, how could you not recognize this gemstone button from your husband's jacket?
I don't get where you're going with this.
Channeling Minister Inga alone wouldn't be enough to fool someone like Princess Rafa, especially if he were wearing your clothes. So you would have had to change into the minister's clothes before channeling him. Miss Faye, you'll use the minister's clothes as cover while going from his room to the tomb. From room to tomb! Where you burn them once you no longer needed them. What? Uh-oh. She seems genuinely surprised by that, Apollo.
Objection!
Can a forced channeling happen? Like, how? Like, can someone force someone to channel another spirit against their will? Like, Miss Faye?
Yes?
Do you know my husband's name?
It was, Inga Karkul Kurai, right?
That is correct in part, but there's more, much more. Oh my god, is he gonna be like, you need the full goddamn name? Are you serious? Inga Karkul Halkad Disnam oh, jeez. Alright. Oh my god. Inga Karkul Halkad Disnam Biani Laga Ormo Pompous Danit already is Kurain the third. Alright. Cool. That is his true name. Could it be any longer? Due to its length, only a portion of it was ever made public. So, Miss Faye, did you know his true name? I was looking for some puns in there. Let's see. Inga Karkul Hakad Disname Biani Laga Ormo Pompous La Ormo Pompous Donit already is Inga Karkul Hakad. Oh god, this name oh god, this name can this name be any longer or this pompous? That's so fucking I fucking love this game. Oh god, can this name be any longer or more pompous than it already is? How could this name be any longer or more pompous, damn it already? Or than it already is? That's incredible. Whoever thought of this, please give them a raise. How could this name be any longer or more pompous than it already is? Amazing. The third. Don't forget the third. There were 2 others like that too! There were 2 others with that name! Janet Sue, we love you. Yes. Peace Lovin' has met his match, yeah. Oh my god. No, I mean, how could I? Precisely. Yet a medium must know both face and true name of the one she seeks to channel. So that leaves only you then, right? So then, Miss Faye couldn't have channeled Minister Inga.
That's what I've been saying this whole time! Why would I want to randomly channel some old guy I didn't know and didn't like thanks to that last trial?
I can't believe this. Apollo, I really don't think Maya's lying. However, the line of reasoning still seems credible to me. I agree, but there's something tripping us up in the details. Maybe we're working off some wrong assumption again. Apollo?
I was thinking,
Yes?
since I didn't channel Minister Inga, is it possible that someone else did?
The one who knows his whole fucking name? Like the Queen?
I haven't thought that far yet.
Such chatter is without merit. Let us move on. Why are you so eager to move on? I don't care what Garen says. I'm gonna figure this out. If it wasn't Miss Faye and the Queen has an alibi, then... Nina! It's Nina again! Apollo, forget about who's capable of channeling spirits for a second. I should consider the circumstances around the channeling, right? We know Rafa saw her father come running out of his private quarters. If he was being channeled at the time, who could it have been? It had to have been someone who was in Inga's private quarters. Nina! And if the Queen can channel, that's another point to the Queen is Nina theory. But then why would Dirk run away to go free Amara? Maybe he didn't know that's where the Queen actually was. Maybe he didn't know that Amara was Nina. I don't know. There's someone else besides Miss Faye who could channel Minister Inga. There's just one more person, and they were in Inga's private quarters. That person's our only hope now. Come on, Nina! So the defense believes there was another. Let's have your very serious answer then. Would this be 2 health points if I had 2 left? Welp. I forgot. Fair. Horned Devil! Who could have channeled Minister Inga? Alright, let's save again a little closer just in case. It's been years. That's valid. Nina!
Take that!
Nina.
The Remnant said it yourself.
Nina never did go into the tomb that day. Instead, she entered my husband's private quarters.
The shoes!
Shoe prints that belong to Nina. And then there's her benevolence's statement. She said that Nina disappeared right after she entered Minister Inga's private quarters. The room from which Minister Inga himself came running out of not long afterwards. You're not seriously suggesting... It's the only thing that makes sense. Nina channeled Minister Inga and left his private quarters thereafter. That's why no one has seen her since. And why only the minister's shoe prints were found outside his residence? No way! That's gotta be it. Nina must have somehow channeled the minister. Is Nina the secret, like, third Fae sister? Is she a sister of Misty and Morgan? I don't know. All the circumstantial evidence has fallen into place. You can't ignore it anymore. You can't claim Nina isn't connected to this case somehow. In light of this, the defense calls Nina to the stand. Well, Your Eminence? Shmaya Faye! Very well then. Let us call Nina to testify. Where is she though? Let us adjourn while the witness is summoned. There is no need. Nina is in the waiting lobby. What? Nina's here? I thought she'd gone missing. Seems she was feeling unwell and simply wished to rest undisturbed. But her concern for Rafa brought her here today. She took time off without Rafa's knowledge or consent. I'm betting there's more to her disappearing act than meets the eye, Paulo. Is this who Dirk left to go get? Hello? Miss Nina, do you understand why you have been summoned here today? Is that her real hair? Because again, we've never seen her real hair. Another... Yeah. It's just the eyes. That's the only thing that bugs me. That leads me to think this could be the baby pretending to be an old lady.
Yes, of course. Her Eminence has informed me that this man here suspects I have committed a crime.
So this is Nina. That's quite the hairdo.
Though I will say...
Oh god, this is gonna be wild.
I suppose I'm not as old as I had thought. If this horn-headed nincompoop would take me for a criminal.
Who came up with this first? Horn-headed and nincompoop. Did Rafa picked up the like calling people nincompoops from Nina, or did Nina pick it up from Rafa? It's Nayuta in disguise! There's two Nayutas in the room! Nincompoop! Isn't that Rafa's favorite insult? I guess Nina rubbed off on her, well, with all the time they spent together. Yeah, I guess that's it. Nina is, started with Nina. Cool.
You there, young hornhead.
Yes?
You're accusing me of slaying Minister Inga and channeling his spirit, yes? What an active imagination you have. Young folk are so wonderfully open-minded.
Thanks. Just take the compliment, Justice. Now then, will the witness please proceed with her testimony? This court wishes to know if you did or did not channel Minister Inga in his private quarters.
I'm no spirit medium, Sonny. I was feeling under the weather yesterday and decided to rest these weary bones.
Do we have an age now? Okay, we still don't have an age. Sus.
Besides which, a lowly servant such as I could not possibly be an honorable spirit medium. Only members of the royal family can learn the art of spirit channeling here in Khura'in. After Queen Amara's passing, Her Eminence Queen Garen is the only spirit medium left. If you believe a medium to be the culprit, it would have to be that young lass Maya Faye.
And there you have it. It seems we have summoned her for nothing. Only those of the royal bloodline have the power of spirit channeling. That a servant such as Nina could channel spirits is a most unamusing jest. On the surface, anyway. But our line of reasoning has led us to this end, that Nina channeled Inga's spirit. Right, the defense may now question the witness.
Hold it!
Albie's dog stole your hat when you were in the courtyard yesterday afternoon. Was it after that you decided to take a rest?
I had been feeling unwell all day and had pushed myself too hard. I kept feeling weak and dizzy, and that dirty mongrel only served to worsen my condition.
Well, I sympathize with you, Nina. You took the whole day off without informing Princess Rafa. She was very worried about you, you know.
How very kind of her benevolence. But she need not concern herself with the welfare of a mere servant such as I.
No. I'm thinking again. The eyes and the body. Could this be Amara channeling an old lady, just like constantly, a dead old lady. She briefly expelled Nina and then summoned Inga, then channeled Inga, and then channeled Nina again. So Nina's actually dead, and Nina's an old lady who Amara has been channeling for God knows how many years, and when she sleeps she takes a break because this has got to be exhausting. But new theory, except to Rafa, Nina's not just a mere servant. I've lost it, so it would be bonkers, so it's plausible. Yeah, I'm trying to make sense of this. She's connected to Amara in some way, I'm sure. But new theory just dropped. Yeah, I'm trying to make sense of it all.
To even think a mere commoner could channel spirits or slay a minister. What hogwash.
So maybe to formulate this whole plan, well, how would the dead lady be in on it though? Did Garen talk to her and be like, hey, you're my daughter's you're our servant now. Like, you're dead, but you're our servant. Because, like, she's got to be aware that she's dead, you know? So, like, yeah.
Hold it!
Ow. I hear you are the head servant, isn't that right? Can we get, like, the red Magatama and, like, throw it at her and see what happens?
Are you suggesting that my position affords me the ability to channel spirits?
What if you are a channeled spirit? Since you're the head servant to a family of channelers, I'd say it's plausible. If you want, did I say plausible? If you wanted to, it's not impossible for you to learn through exposure.
I think not. For that goes against the very underpinnings of the Kingdom of Khura'in.
To become a spirit medium requires a noble spirit and rigorous training. But most importantly, one must be a direct descendant of the founder. It is not simply some hobby one can take up in the manner of knitting or gardening. So commoners could never become a medium no matter how hard they tried.
That is common knowledge to all who are born and raised here, young hornhead.
Hold it!
Okay then, what if you actually have royal blood in your veins, Nina? Like a distant relative or something?
I am from a line of humble fishermen all the way back to my grandfather's grandfather. I've never heard talk of royal blood or noble ancestry.
Apollo, if spirit channeling is a secret art passed down from mother to daughter, then even with a royal ancestor, it'd be impossible to learn without the right training. It is as the barbed one says, it also must be mentioned that this secret art is only taught here in the Kingdom of Khura'in and your country's Khura'in village. Why aren't things falling into place like I expected?
Hold it!
Queen Amara was the victim of an assassination, right?
Yes. Oh, she was a beautiful, gentle soul, but she fell in love with a man of dubious origins and was murdered in a terrible blaze. Fate can be so cruel.
Except she's actually still alive and maybe on the goddamn stand right now. Poor Nina's yet another follower unwittingly praying over an empty sarcophagus. Amara, the queen who's been locked away and her existence in this world erased. But the fact that she's still alive shackles Nayuta to Garen's will. Nayuta, the only reason you're still standing there is by that woman's side. It's because you're afraid of what would happen to Amara otherwise, right? We need not recount such ancient history. Let us continue with the witness's testimony.
Hold it!
Hi Breeze, how are you doing? We're in it now. Miss Faye was being held hostage. She was completely tied up and didn't even know Minister Inga's true name, making it impossible for her to kill or channel him.
I know nothing of that.
Objection!
Listen, you horned devil. And not to leave, it's almost 2 a.m. and you have work. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I have to work tomorrow morning too. I have to be up at 5. Also, just, I guess, general question. Are we on track to finish this tonight? Or no? If I only want to stream for like maybe another hour at most. No? Okay. Then maybe when next good break point we'll pause. Cause I have to be up at 5 a.m. So tomorrow we'll actually finish this. Were you not just insisting that it was Maya Fey who had channeled Minister Inga? My, how quickly you change your tune. No, I'm just quick on my feet when new information presents itself. I'm also quick to force my biggest smile when times like these demand it. Sorry, I'm just gonna plug in my phone. I just realized it's not charging. Me phone has not been charging this whole time. It's great that you're following my advice, Apollo. But try not to look so forced while you do, would you? Nina's right about one thing, though. Only those of the royal bloodline can be spirit mediums in Khura'in. Common folk like us are out of luck. Yeah, I guess so. Still, I think I'll finally be close to connecting all the dots once I point one very big thing out. Oh, okay.
Objection!
Okay, so I present what makes sense in terms of a direct contradiction, except I don't know how to make it make sense in the larger context of this case, the context in which we are and what came before us. Well, is the defense going to follow up its loud objection with a sound explanation? Oh, sorry. How do I put this? I believe there's a problem with Nina's testimony. Go on. She asserted that she could not possibly be a spirit medium because, in Khura'in, only members of the royal family can learn how to channel spirits. I failed to see the problem in that statement, defense. Is it, okay, could it be the baby channeling? The baby could be all grown up and channeling now. It's one of the two of them. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning more towards this being Amara, but this could also be the child. Nina stated an absolute falsehood. Since we know that Amara is still alive. At the same time, circumstantial evidence points to Nina channeling Inga. It makes more sense for this to be Amara, I guess, rather than the child. Just after she entered his private quarters. And they had the child while on the run, so why would the child be here? Inga came running out screaming despite having been killed at 2 p.m. So, I guess, I'm going all in on this being Amara. All in! That'll mean Nina channeled Inga. Even though supposedly only those of the royal family are capable of doing so. Hey, wait. It's too late to ask for a refund on my trip down the rabbit hole. I feel that, buddy. Mr. Wright, you may think I've lost my mind with this bluff, but if I can at least establish the possibility, I think it'll give us the break we need. Wait a sec. Are you gonna propose what I think you are? It's a huge... Oh, sorry, I got a twinge in my shoulder. Ow! Would the court please take a look at this photo? Hmm? Oh! That's... This photo's very existence, to say nothing of the person in it, contradicts the witness's claim that Queen Garen is the only remaining spirit medium in Khura'in. Hot devil, you mustn't! Why? What are you afraid of, bestie? Oh, but I must. Under these circumstances, the outcome of this trial depends on it. But you already knew that, didn't you, Your Eminence? Will the defense please explain who is shown in the photograph? The person in this photo is the previous queen, Amara Sigatar Kurain. Contrary to popular belief, she was never assassinated. I failed that outburst. I'm trying to make it all make sense. She's very much alive. But that's nonsense. Take a good look at the law book in this photo, Your Majesty. The mark of the dragon branded on it could only have been placed there after Queen Amara's supposed assassination.
Queen Amara's still alive. Has the lawyer gone mad?
While I personally find it hard to believe, we'll allow the defense to continue. You may proceed, defense. Queen Amara's death was staged to keep her safe from her would-be killer. Yet according to Dirk, she's actually being held captive somewhere. But the real truth is that Queen Amara is not being held in confinement. Rather, she walks freely among us as an imposter. Here in this courtroom today.
Satura ima o mandomo samashi de tashi nuke tarigase o soroka!
Do not be deceived, Your Majesty. The Red Pepper is skilled in weaving plausible lies. Do you know? Do you know this is her and you're trying to, like, protect her somehow? I assure you it's quite based. It is the cunning lawyerly art known as bluffing. But knowing this, there is no need to fear his forms.
Objection!
Queen Amara Sigatar Kurain being sus in our game? Oh no. That's where you're wrong. You'll be quaking in your boots, yes. You'll be shaking in me boots. Is that so? It's my turn now. You try to wake you up to the truth right before your eyes.
Take that!
But that's... Uh-oh. This is the simplest and cleanest explanation for everything we've covered so far. It's Albie, you're right. Albie is... yeah. Person who killed Minister Inga. Someone with intimate knowledge of the divination seance. The medium who channeled the minister in order to mask the real time of his death. Condense these traits into one person and you get a spear medium of royal blood. And that person is none other than you, Nina. Your true identity is the former Queen Amara and the killer we've been looking for all along.
Objection!
Have you finally lost your mind, Mr. Justice? What you say is beyond blasphemous, even in the depths of hell. Oh my, such frightening allegations. Then who's the baby? Where's the baby? Well, if they had the baby while they were on the run somewhere, then, you know, Paulo and Naita have another sibling running around somewhere. Maybe it's Trucy, no. There's another kid out there, I don't know. Remnant's Queen Amara yet lives, and is actually Miss Nina here? You have truly gone off the deep end. You don't have to take my word for it. In fact, a certain someone can help me prove it. Your Eminence? If Queen Amara truly is dead, you should be able to channel her spirit right here, right now. Isn't that correct? Ooh! Get her. I can deny it no longer. Damn. Once again, revealing government secrets in court. The lawyer speaks the truth. Nina, the woman who stands here before us, is Amara, the former queen believed to have perished 23 years ago. That's your mom. Finally. We finally got Inga's real killer on the stand. What's really stopping them from continuing to deny? I guess if they insisted that she channel Amara and her resisting maybe made it look suspicious. No. Amara Sigatar Kurine. Please drop the act and tell us what really happened. Plot, right. Oh, dearie me, I guess I shouldn't have underestimated the power of youth. Well done, young hornhead. She's dancing. Whoa! Maya could have, true, I guess Maya could have tried as well. Yes! I was getting tired of masquerading as an old woman anyway. It has been far too long since I last greeted you, good people of Kurine. It is I, Amara Sigatar Kurine, your former queen. Queen Amara! What about the eye color? That still bothers me. I guess that's an irrelevant plot detail, you know? An irrelevant character design choice. But then I overthought it. Because I overthink things all the time. Context, I mean, yeah, that was my justification too, I guess, but here I thought Garen's makeover was extreme. Can this really be true? You are alive and well?
It is true. I feel as if I have been called back from the Twilight Realm. I fear I have caused all of you a great deal of distress. Oh ho ho ho.
Amara, I'm sorry I was unable to keep your secret any longer. I hope you can forgive me.
It is quite all right, Garen. I am safe now. For Dirk, that blackguard who threatened my life, will be recaptured.
Excuse me? Who, the what? Huh?
I need not conceal my identity any longer.
Queen Amara? What? What does this all mean? Were you not killed in that fire 23 years ago?
I barely escaped that blaze with my life. But though I survived, I knew that scoundrel would make further attempts on—
Why are you saying this, bestie? Is this the truth that Dirk was like this? Huh? Is this, Dirk set the fire and then is that what the— I don't know. What the— Why are you saying this?
Therefore, I staged my death and abdicated the throne to my dear younger sister, Garen.
But the building of that great tomb, and distinguishing yourself as a lowly servant and disguising yourself. Why would you do such a thing?
Garen, I would have you explain.
I wished for her to be close at hand. It was the only way I felt I could protect her. And it was the best way to hide her from the eyes of the public. After all, who could conceive of Amara lowering her station to that of a servant? She's got that right. Even Dirk thought Amara was being held captive in some far-off place. He never even guessed she was living as a servant, right here, right in plain sight.
I must say, a life dedicated to the servitude of others is not the least bit disagreeable. It is a quiet, humble existence, far removed from the tedium of regal duties. Ah, but those days of peace have ended. And it's all because of you, Hornhead.
You should consider yourself lucky if that's all that it ends with.
If there is something you wish to say, then say it.
It doesn't matter who you are. You won't escape the crime you committed. The defense moves to indict you as Justice Minister Inga's real killer. Sis, you would accuse Queen Amara of homicide. A grand priestess of Kharitism? You can't do that. I mean, I just did. She's virtually a goddess in the eyes of her people. Goddesses can do murder. If you commit the crime, you better be ready to do the time. God damn it, Polly. Are you a priest, saint, queen, or god? I've never met such an egalitarian person. Queen Amara? In your years disguised as Nina, you would have learned about Minister Inga's disorder.
So you knew you could dress in Dirk's clothes to forge a convincing seance vision. Isn't that right?
Apollo thinks he's so cool, he does.
Oh, what a curious character you are. You would label me a murderer? Me, the one who the people regarded as the reincarnation of the Holy Mother herself.
You may be a grand figure in Kuranism, but as a foreigner, you're just another suspect to me.
It would appear your words are not in jest. Am I to suffer the sullying of my good name with accusations of murder most foul?
Please, Queen Amara, forgive his impudence. The lawyer knows not what he speaks.
Fear not, good Majesty, for this is the sacred Hall of Justice.
It's the Hall of Justice, as in me now, bitch.
No, I am a Grand Priestess. On this stand, I am but a witness like any other. I shall face his accusations with grace and benevolence.
Reveal your eyes. Why are you keeping your eyes closed? Is it the eye color discrepancy that they knew people would pick up on? Your compassion overfloweth, your mercifulness.
Oh, young lawyer. In my benevolence, I must warn you that your assertion suffers from a tragic flaw.
Huh? There's a flaw?
Nayuta,
Yes, your mercifulness?
who was present in the tomb when the murder was discovered?
Dirk Sadmati Mayafe, and the victim, Minister Inga. I see. That is a fatal flaw indeed. It appears Queen Amaro could impossibly have gone to the tomb as Minister Inga. What? Why not?
Do not keep the defense waiting, Nayuta. Explain how wrong he truly is.
Yes, your mercifulness. Not even calling her mother. I said like the Hawkeye, yeah, I try to do that intentionally sometimes. Her benevolence Princess Rafa saw Minister Inga enter the tomb around 2:30 p.m. Yet you, the defense, claim the person she saw was the minister being channeled by Queen Amara. However, if her mercifulness had channeled him and moved to the tomb, then once she was done channeling, Queen Amara would have re-emerged and been left stuck in the tomb. Was she in the coffin? She was either in the coffin or was pretending to be the dead body. Probably in the coffin.
Had she tried to exit before you all arrived?
Princess Rafa, who had been looking down upon the courtyard, would have seen her. However, her benevolence saw nothing of the sort. Irk! In conclusion, Queen Amara could not have left the tomb without being observed. And yet, was she there in the tomb when the murder was discovered? Defense? The coffin! That is her coffin, so... No, she wasn't.
Now do you see? Your flimsy claim has been uprooted like a sapling in a flood.
Definitely, yeah. These two, definitely mother and son. Well, that is entertaining. Prosecutor Sadmati, assume the prosecution of this case and clear your mother's good name. Oh? You wish for me to take over? Yes. Prosecute your father to save your mother. Oh my god, what? This is cruel! Why? Why? That's just mean. That's just mean. What a poignant fate you bear, but bear it you must. Are you ready? Yes, Your Eminence. And there you have it, Your Majesty. I shall watch the rest of the proceedings from the sidelines. I relinquish complete control of this sacred hall to your authority once more. Oh, why, thank you, Your Eminence. Now then, Your Mercifulness, your testimony, if you please. Erp. The lawyer's theory is absurd. Alright, timing question. Is there a to be continued coming up shortly? Or should I just pause here and finish tomorrow? I don't know if there's a good stopping point, but I feel like, you know, from here on out it's just gonna be more, and like, I don't know when a good stopping point in the very near future. Pausing here is probably good. Okay. Because I don't know when the next to be continued is. And if there is one, if this is not like the little last segment, either here or after this testimony. Okay, maybe we'll go here then. A cruel truth. Maybe we'll pause here. Okay, we'll pause here then. And then we can definitely finish tomorrow, right? Eh, 100%? Okay, good to know. Alrighty. So, we'll call it there and finish tomorrow, because I want to get some sleep tonight. But that's where we'll call it. This is insane! This is bonkers! I love it! I'm having a really fun time here. Oh my! But thank you all for being here. Tomorrow, we'll finish the main story of the Apollo Justice Trilogy. And then, I don't know if... Depending on how long it takes to finish tomorrow, maybe we could start the bonus case. And then we'll do the bonus case in another stream or two. Then we move on to Dawn Trail. So thank y'all for being here throughout my insane... My brain just exploding and everything happening all at once. But